Anybody home? Anybody home? Anybody home? Seems like a lot of people got a busy Saturday night. Yep, seems like people got a busy Saturday night. Ain't nobody in here. I'm usually the late one. I'm usually the late one. Shit. I'm usually the latest nigga in here. I'm usually late one in here. Too Rich. Long time no see, boy. Too Rich, what's good with you, boy? I'm just waiting for a couple of other people to stop in. You know what I mean? Just waiting for a couple of others to stop in, see what up. You know, it's just me. It's just me and you, babe, bro. North Carolina. Yeah, because this is something I seriously want to address. Because, the thing that I'm hearing that went on with my dude, you know what I mean? Yeah. This thing that went on with my dude, man. Yeah, so I'm just sitting back. Had me a couple. This shit been heavy on my soul since I first heard it Thursday. Turkey chat. Yo, this shit been heavy on my soul. Tech Money, what up? You got Too Rich, you got Tech Money. We heavy in the T's in here. You know what I mean? Just wait for a couple of more people. I dropped the link first. Feel free to drop in. You know what I mean? You know, this is a heavy, you know what I mean? This is a topic that's been heavy on my soul. You know what I mean? I was just messing with this banner thing. I was messing with this banner damn thing. Let me get rid of this. Hi. Yeah. Get rid of that. I didn't know how to get rid of that. But yeah. Oh, Walt E, what up, man? What up? I'm just hollering at y'all. Yeah, I'm sitting here. Y'all hear me good? Because I'm still messing with my setup. Y'all hear me? Walt E, Tech Money. Yeah. Too Rich. Five by five. What the hell is 555, Tech Money? What the hell is 5 by 5? I wish I knew something about sports to talk about and shit. Yeah, I was looking at, Too Rich got me looking at coins and shit, man. Looking at that coin with the Black Lady Liberty on it, all gold, the 1 ounce. That shit is like crazy. That's like the real money and shit. You know what I mean? The coin is rated at like at $100, but I think it's like $2,800. That's what $100 used to be. You know what I mean? That's the only thing, you know what I mean? The amount you spend on $2,800 is the amount of $100. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's a dope ass coin. I like all the coins with black people on it. You know what I mean? But I know you a little more educated than I am on that subject. You know, word up. Yeah, but this topic right here, I'm gonna get into it a little bit. This topic right here is heavy on my heart because we all in these households with these firearms. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of us are, in relationships or not in relationships, or have families or don't have families that live with us, and it can be a brother, a sister, a cousin, wife, son, daughter. I seen some crazy shit on Instagram. The son and father and son had a shootout in the fucking yard. That it was wild. You know what I mean? The thing why I want to mention that is because sometimes we talk about situational awareness, what I mean, emotional intelligence. And we always, when we talk about it, we always seem to apply that shit to outside, what I mean, to outside of our house, outside our home. We don't never seem to, we seldom talk about de-escalation inside the house. We very seldomly even talk about as if our threat is this imaginary person who we don't know. You see what I'm saying? This imaginary ass person that we don't necessarily know, or, and that's what we call the perceived threat. Is like in home invasion, cats come kicking in the door and we blazing. And I personally know that most of the time it's home invasion. It's somebody who know you. You know what I mean? Who been in the crib, who got the layout, you know what I mean? Or, in the case of my man, my little dude, Pop Smoke, you know what I mean? It was somebody who was following him online or whatever, you know what I mean? In that case, the people that know you are a little bit closer now than they ever were before because technology did that. But it's very difficult to deal with domestic situations in the home, especially situations where you may know that person or care about that person, especially with his firearms involved. You walk around anybody's house, you know what I mean? It's Tactical Solutions. What's up, Whiteside? What's up, baby? You walk in a house, you walk in this house, you see firearms or whatever the fuck. But I guarantee I never, ever, 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 my shit don't get that bad, bro. I have any loaded firearms in the house because I know that it doesn't take that long to load the grip and racket. At no case, this is just RML, you would ever find the one in the head thing. I ain't giving nobody, whether it's outside or inside, the benefit of the doubt to shoot me fast. never in a billion motherfucking years. You know what I mean? And if I want to fire, I have to take that extra precaution, that extra step. This is just RML shit. That extra step may determine the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Whether on either side of the bullet. You know what I mean? It's just that extra second gives me that much time to think about it. You feel me? Or give the person that extra step to point it at me and shoot. It has to be the thing of intention. You feel me? So The difference for real, back to in-house, right? In-house shit, I know me and my brother used to go at it. We still go at it, you know what I mean? And black families and shit, in my family, every time it's a motherfucking funeral, a family reunion, motherfuckers is going at it. You know what I mean? There's some shit that happened like 15 years ago, and some fool gonna mention that, and that shit ain't funny, and it turned into something else. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's firearms there, too many drinks, you shut it up. You know what I mean? How do you shut it up? You know what I mean? Anybody have any suggestions? How do you handle these situations where it's family? You know what I mean? When I say domestic, I mean somebody from same household as you. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm ashy as fuck. I don't care. I don't even care. But yeah, say it's a family. You know what I mean? Somebody in family, you know what I mean? Brother, sister, cousin, uncle. You know what I mean? I know my mother one of the ones that talk mega shit. You know what I mean? But it's all in love. You know what I mean? But it's the ones that motherfucker that love you that tend to push the envelope. For real, for real. That seem to push the envelope. You know what I mean? I wonder how, you know what I mean? And then throw in the simple fact of a significant other, a wife, a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Someone who you have an intimate relationship with. Now, I don't know how it is when relationships with people other than black people, because I'm only black. I can only do it. I only had the experience of being in relationships with black women, so I don't know. But I only know one motherfucker who was able to shut a black woman up. Right? Joe fucking Biden. He took the cake. He the only person I ever know that I even heard of that could silence a black woman. An educated black woman at that. Joe Biden has to be the only motherfucker in the world who can silence an educated, intelligent black woman. You know, so if I don't give him a salute for anything, I'm giving him a salute for that. That shit was crazy. Because he silenced Carmilla. But with that being said, you know what I mean? Cats have conflict in the crib. You know what I mean? Cats do shit and say shit that they shouldn't be saying. Like I'm do that shit every day. Yeah, multiple times a day. I say shit that pisses my wife off, or you know what I mean, or to a family member who they may take offense to. You know, offense at, and it could be really, really, really hurtful, really, really hurtful to that person. So, and shit gets come back. Because typically, when you say something to somebody, they say something back. If it's a stranger in the street, you just shut the hell up and you keep it moving, or you can get it, you address it as you address it. But when you're in your house, that's different. Because where the fuck you gonna go? You see what I'm saying? This person, you know what I mean, your significant other or whoever this family member or loved one is, they going back and forth. They going at it. And you try to keep your composure and you're going to say something. And you don't know, you may know what the triggers is. You may do it daggone purposely or ill purposely, but that shit don't stop. Unless you Joe Biden and you know how to silence niggas and shit, or silence black people. The black people like to chat and they like to show, you know what I mean, their perspective. You know what I mean? You know, and most people, not even just black, most people like to show and talk and talk their shit. And you think in any other situation, people can work it out. You know what I mean? Communication is the key to resolving most conflict. And that's actual factual. You know what I mean? Communication. Right? And distance. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of the way, outside of the house. Inside of the house, it's a little bit different. Domestically, it's a little bit different. Domestically, from what I've seen, you know what I mean? And I don't know all of this shit, and everybody's situation is a little bit different. So Cass yelling at Zadie, because Zadie do what the hell she want to do in here. The shit about it is, you got to give a shit two things. Communication can't. This is on Mel. Anybody can chime in and say what the hell they want. I personally don't think that if it get heated, you know what I mean, in a domestic conflict, if it get heated, that communication is the right thing to do. I think if it's getting heated, space is the right thing to do. Give it space. You know what I mean? Give it space. Leave. You know what I mean? Go to your homeboy house, girlfriend house, go on a drive. However it takes, and time. Space and time in a domestic. You know what I mean? I understand that everybody, me, I go down to the goddamn basement or go in one of these other rooms and close the fucking door and lock it. But I understand that everybody doesn't have that that going for them. You know what I mean? They don't have the space to move around. Like some people may live in small apartments with their partner, or a small home or whatever, or they don't have that man cave or a space that they can just call it a retreat. You see what I'm saying? I go in the room, I close the door, lock the door. Why you locking the door? I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just that I need to give it space. You see what I'm saying? And time. I need to give it space and time. Whether it work out or not later, that's a different discussion for another time when it's not, so fresh. You feel me? Because when everything fresh and everything is hot and it's heated, you got to give it some space. You know what I mean? Because you really, especially in these households where these are firearms, you have to give it space. Because the wrong temperament, you know what I mean? The wrong button can get pushed and the wrong shit can happen at any given time. So that's just on Mel. I would like to know anybody, what anybody in the chat thinks about that. That's just me. You know what I mean? I don't know if Cass coming in because I'm in the room here by myself. So I'll say what the hell I'm going to say. I close the door too. I know everybody, everybody, it's something everybody has to go through. You know what I mean? So like I said, I dropped the link. Anybody could come through. Because the shit that happened to my man, that shit heavy on my heart. You know what I mean? Because I spent time talking to this brother. You feel me? I knew this dude. Spend time, hours at a time, chopping it up with him. Solid dude. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, whatever happened, you know what I mean? It happened. I wasn't there. I wasn't a fly on the wall. But the fact is, my man not here no more. You see what I'm saying? My man is not here no more. You feel me? And that's one of the people who I look forward to see. You know what I mean? I don't see him about once a year, chop it up. He came in a lot. My nigga was in a live last Friday, just chopped it and just shot it in. And that's, you know what I mean? Shit was crazy, you know what I mean? Now the nigga not here. You feel me? And I understand all this honor and shit and this fear and shit and the sense of security and a sense of purpose and a sense of protection and all this manly ass shit that say stand your ground and stand in your crib, you know what I mean? When sometimes we got to get that shit space and some time in between. Give it a couple of hours, come back. If the shit's still hot, give it more, double that hours up. You know what I mean? If you left for an hour, come back, shit's still hot, leave for motherfucking 2 hours. Come back. If the shit hot in 2 hours, leave, come back in 4. Another 4. Shit's still hot and full, go to work. Don't come back for another 20. You see what I'm saying? Don't go back until the emotions is chill. Now, on the phone thing, you know what I mean? That's at a distance. You know what I mean? I know people can be psychologically abusive, you know, and I'm probably the main motherfucker with that because I'll fucking push buttons. I'm that push button ass nigga. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to get that shit space. You feel me? Especially with these things just sitting around the house all the fucking time and easily accessible. You know what I mean? Yo, hit me up, man. Keep me company. I mean, he's sitting in here by myself. You know what I mean? It's this, yo, for real. I was telling people this is the hardest part of the lot when you in here and you looking at the comments and you sitting here talking to yourself. This is like 30 minutes in, and I'm in here talking by myself. We having domestic conflicts ourselves, so I ain't talking to her. You know, she ain't talking to me, and we giving each other space. It just so happens that we giving each other space in this damn doing it live when we're supposed to be working together. But according, you know, she just really put in her time to help me out. She put in a lot of time to help me out. You know what I mean? Now, you know, she don't feel like helping me out. So, fucking well, I just got to keep it moving, you know what I mean? Because I have an obligation to, you know what I mean, the family who come see me. And with me, I have to be consistent whatever I do. I have to be. It's in my schedule. I gotta fill the schedule. And if I'm late, I'm not late on purpose. Trust me, I know I'm having technical goddamn difficulties. But like I said, you know what I mean? You got these firearms in these houses. You know what I mean? We have our emotional intelligence. Using our emotional intelligence, we know when we hot. We know when they're hot. If we know our partner or our family member, we know when shit is ridiculous. We know to leave. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes continued communication, is not the move. And I think communication might be a bad word, bro. I think the better word is utilize diplomacy. Utilization of diplomacy. You know what I mean? Sometimes diplomacy is a non-verbal act. Sometimes diplomacy is walking the fuck away or drop or creating a treaty, you know what I mean? Agreeing to disagree. You know what I mean? You got it. You go to the basement, pack up the air mattress, or, you know what I mean, sleep on the floor, or go to your mama house, your sister house, your brother house. If it's something that convenient, you know what I mean? You go to the barracks, you know what I mean? I know in emergency situations, I know the barracks used to always have intake, but I think they used to charge you like $8 or some shit like that for yeah. I think what's up, Coy? Yeah, I think the bar should leave. Give it some time and give it some space, bro. 1 hour, double up, go home. Or you could probably text and see, yo, are we good? You know what I mean? If not, 2 hours, two more hours. Are we good? Give it some time. Give it some time, bro. At least an hour. First step, hour. Next step, 2 hours on top of that. Next step, 4 hours on top of that. Next step, 8 hours on top of that. Next step, the next day. Get that shit some time. Get that shit some space. If a motherfucker go like 3 days and the shit's still hot, 3 days and the shit's 3 days and the situation's still hot, that's when you may need to get some professional help, bro. Because or some serious mediation, because that means y'all could talk back and forth all fucking day and that shit ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? That means you may need to seek, if you really want to keep what you got, you may need to seek some damn professional help after 3 days. You know what I mean? If the shit still ain't calm and cool, and y'all just gonna push that shit under the rug and throw it into the memory banks and keep your shit going. You know what I mean? But I was just wondering how, other people, think about the topic, because this shit is sad. And I really don't, I really don't know what happened to CJ, bro. I really don't know. And it's really, all I know is he a dope dude. He touched me, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to meet him. You know what I mean? And that's all I gotta say about that, for real. But this domestic shit, I know, is different from any cat on the street that you walk into who be perceived a threat, because a person that you love you don't perceive them as dangerous. But the fact is, we're human beings, bro, and every human being is dangerous, bro. Just create the conditions and the situation. Everybody, we apex fucking predators, bro. This is the top of the fucking food chain, and ain't shit you can do about it. Yeah, Corey, what up? Yeah, ain't shit we can do about it. This shit is nature. It's damn near divinity. Divinity, if I should say. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near divinity. Yeah, I might freeze up for a minute because I gotta drop the link again. I might freeze up a little bit. Freeze up a bit. Here you go. Yeah, come on in and keep me company. Anybody? Come on in and keep me company. It's 11 people out there. Who that? Walt E? All right. Here you go.
What's going on?
What up, baby?
And then I chop it up with you for a second before I got to get back to work. But yeah, all that stuff you were saying is true, man. But gun ownership, comes with a lot of responsibility, man. More responsibility than people realize. And just like, we go to the range and we train and do all the stuff that we do, we also got to train that mentality. The Black life stuff, we got to mentally train ourselves that it's okay to lose. We got this thing that we can't lose. be it family members or outsiders or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I will not be the one to lose, and that's what escalates things. You know what I'm saying? You got
I
to be
think
all
it's
right
more
with taking a
about who's
loss.
right. I'm right. You're right. I think it's more about that. What do you
Well,
think?
well, yeah, that too. You know what I'm saying? In the case of family and stuff, you know, I'm just trying. I'm putting everything together, I guess. But
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like when you're outside in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Now it comes, well, I don't want to be a loser, or I can't take this loss. And you know that's why when dudes go hand to hand, you know what I'm saying? The loser come back with his gun because he can't take that loss. You know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
let Rodney Brady I'm gonna let him. Go ahead. I mean, let him finish talking, Rodney. Then talk your shit.
Nah, I mean, I'm
Well
just saying,
done.
you know, so it's a real big mental responsibility that you got to build up. You know, I had a case when I was in high school. Um, Me and my cousin, we ended up staying in the same place to finish high school or whatever, and we had our little disagreements and everything. Of course, you know, I didn't know no better. I didn't know anything, but we had a little argument or whatever, and you know, at the time we had to share a bed or whatever, and I don't know what happened. All I know is he hit me, and I don't know if he knocked me out or whatever. But when my eyes, you know what I'm saying, opened up and I realized that I'd been hit, he's gone. But the first thing I did was go grab that little 25 and I went through the house looking for him.
And
And
that's
you know,
crazy.
yeah. Well, yeah. Luckily, you know, he was hidden off in the room or whatever, and it was all blocked off, and I didn't get to him. But you know, it's those things that we don't think about. And you know, my mentality, it was weak. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely
A
had a
child,
weak mentality back then.
right?
So you know, it's just something you got to work on, and you know, you got to be able to stand down and take that loss. You know, I go through the same thing with my wife too. You know, where you know, and like just like you said, you know what I'm saying, I'm not talking, you know what I'm saying? So I get my space. So
I get
but
my. I'm in a whole nother room right now. I'm locking doors, bro.
yeah,
I'm,
yeah, I do the same
I
thing,
ain't
yeah.
chilling. And I love to
Yeah.
argue, bro.
Well, I mean, I can argue too, you know what I'm saying? I do it for sport, you know, sometimes, but you know, sometimes you just gotta know when to let it go.
Yeah, I had to let it go. I had to let it go lately.
But yeah. Go ahead, Rodney Brady, talk your stuff, man.
Yo, Walt, what's good, my fam?
What's up?
I'm chilling, B. Yo, this is not the way I wanted to start the weekend, B, with the news that we got, B.
Word up.
It's disheartening.
Yeah. And you
It's
met my nigga too, right?
yo, son was a dope kid, man. Like, yo, the energy and the love that he gave me,
Facts.
meeting for the first time.
You met him in Tennessee.
Yeah. And I'm saying the first time. It's just the
Yeah,
love.
the first time, the vibe from the first time, and then it just carried over.
Yo,
The second time, it was like, yo.
When we got the news the other night, the vibe was off. I told my wife, she was like, oh no. It's just not kosher, man. This shit is not kosher. This shit's not kosher. It's like this is family right here, B.
Mm.
It's family. People don't realize this shit. This is family. Like, we may not realize it. Like, we may have people close to us, people around us, but yo, when we go to these events, yo, it's a different type of family.
Mm.
And there's no words right now. You know what I mean?
The crazy shit is, I'm gonna say this, right? If nobody, I know a
So,
few people haven't
yeah.
been to that particular event, right?
Mhm.
Walt, I don't know if you've been to that joint. Walt E.
Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't go to the Tennessee one. I was the one in Georgia though.
This is the thing, right? This is the
Mhm.
thing. I go to all the events, you know what I mean? I go to as much of them as possible, you know what I mean? Everybody's event. The thing about that particular one is very different because it's more family orientated. It's not just fucking shooting and shit.
It was organic.
It's kicking it. It's literally everybody in one spot.
Daddy, a bottle of water, please.
You know what I mean? And you see how it was in Georgia. It's just like kicking it. It's like crazy like that.
Love.
And Tennessee was like that. Tennessee was the pre-wet, was warm up.
It's crack.
And Georgia topped it off, and I'm sure it's going to be. But when you got a chance to experience these people, Georgia was just so big. It was just you know what I mean? Tennessee was more intimate.
Facts.
The smaller vibe.
Facts.
Tennessee was smaller, but it was crazy intimate. And that's when I got a chance to chop it up with him. And then in the beginning, you know what I mean? We be repping this tactical turkey shit hard, right? First 5 in there, right? Backstage, we having a live, keep the live going. We in the backstage with, you know what I mean? Jag in the backstage with us, you know what I mean? Talking about, you know, silencers. My man used to gunsmith and make silencers and everything. You know what I'm saying? He used to just go through as far as making cans, you know, out of the oil traps or whatever the fuck.
No, he told me about Fram filters.
Yeah, he was dope with it. Like, dude, was like crazy. Homemade. Then he used to make P80s and shit. He was doing his 3D printing shit. It was just like he would talk, you know what I mean? Wealth of information, you know what I mean? Then he's like the kids. When we was in Georgia, he had them kids shooting them all fucking Mark IV with the can on it. Just playing with the kids. It was dope, yo. And then it hit me like this. You know what I mean?
That's just not ill. That's just not kosher, man. That's just sad.
But the whole thing is, right? The fact is he's not here. Typical, we always talk about situational awareness with these firearms. You know, emotional intelligence, right? How do we handle this shit in the house? And that's what I want to get different people's perspective on.
You don't know how the other person, like we could talk it, we could walk it, but we don't know how the other person is going to react.
Isn't that the same thing as on the street? Isn't that the same shit as on the street?
Yeah, you just don't know what the other person is going to do.
I like to say you can't be responsible for the other person.
True, but they put that on.
You can't be responsible for the other person. What you can't be responsible is for yourself.
You don't
but the difference with the street is whether if you know them or not. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're dealing with people you don't know, then you know your guard is going to be a lot higher than with people you know and love.
You don't expect your loved ones to do that,
right?
You don't, and it's disheartening right now. It's disheartening because I've been a couple YouTube channels, couple of IGs, Facebooks. Yo, people like this shit hits. This shit hits. This is not kosher. This is not good.
But talks like this is what's necessary. This is what you need to build up that stability. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to give somebody something to think about, and because everybody deep down inside, they know themselves. They know their mentality. They know their attitude. You know what I'm saying? So if you got time to say, damn, I'm this type of person. I need to change. I need to work on this. You know what I'm saying? We can, you know what I'm saying, move towards being better people.
Do you know the person that you're living with?
I'd like to think so.
I know, yo. I'm gonna tell you this 100%, right? If I say the wrong things the wrong time, I need to get the fuck out of here because Cass go in, bro.
But Armel, we could joke about that, but we don't expect our loved ones to spaz to a certain point.
It depends on how hard, you know what I mean? Because psychological abuse is something, and I know I personally can be verbally abusive. I know.
Okay. I know. I
don't necessarily mean to.
But I say some shit sometimes.
It's another person. Because you can't
say some shit sometimes, brother. And I just like, to me, it's like whatever. Like, yeah, I'm from NY. It's whatever. Like, deal with it. My wife, that's fucked up shit. Like, you can't talk to me that way. You can't say this. You can't say that. And it's just like that with everybody. You know what I mean?
Bro, when can you tell a black woman? I can only tell this because these are the only type of woman I've been in a
We
relationship.
got your black woman never. Don't even say it's a
When
never.
can you tell a
We
black
can
woman
never.
to shut up or be quiet? Or you can't shut her up.
Son, in the other room right now in the living room, my mother in there, my aunt in there, and my little sister in there. Son, 3 strong black women. We can never tell them to shut the fuck up, son. My father never
Take
told
the L.
mom, son, my father would have been bodied. And it's fucked up in the situation that we're in. So we don't know what happened, but it's still sad right now.
Yo, I'm that dude
But
who
you
don't
know-
know how to shut the fuck up.
That I was
Same
about to say, sometimes instead of telling somebody to shut the fuck up, you might need to be the one to shut the fuck up.
And we don't
You know
do
what I'm
that sometimes. We
Not
don't
only
do
that, I don't know how I got diarrhea in the mouth, bro. I ain't even on front. My shit go on and on. Yo, my shit go on and on and on. This shit is a sport. But I gotta look for signs like, damn, this shit is going too far.
Because you want to win.
Before I wreck myself. You know what I
I
mean?
want to win.
In my marriage, piss her off to a point where she grip up or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Call uncles or whatever, and I might have to fucking get out of here. You know, because they start calling family, that shit might go the wrong way.
Go left.
Yeah. 1,000 shit could happen. You know what I mean?
It happens in every house, brother, but
that's why space, I'm just saying, though.
it has to stop at a certain point, man. It's not kosher. It's not kosher in any which way.
The fact is, man, we're human, bro.
Facts.
The fact, like I was saying earlier, we're human. We fucking apex predators. We don't have to want to be killers to be killers.
Just like that.
Nah,
And
but we're
funny you
also
say
a
that. I
lot
was
harder.
thinking about that the other day. I was going for my walk, and I was like, "Yo, humans are some." I'm not trying to be fucked
It
up.
doesn't have shit to do with white, black.
Nah, we're fucked up people as humans, bro. Because
we're not messed up. It's just natural.
We are the apex predators on this planet.
Right, top of the food chain.
Yeah, we are. And it's funny you say that. I was going for my morning walk on Thursday, and I was thinking the same thing, fam. Thinking, no joke, it's ill how you brought that up. And I was thinking the same thing Thursday. We are the apex predators because we can just, at one moment, we can wipe out a whole group.
Not just a whole group. We can control them and eat them as we need them.
Wipe out a whole group.
You know what I mean? We're literally the most savage creature on the planet Earth. COVID don't got shit on human beings, bro. Nothing.
Facts.
These guys wiped out. Goddamn it.
COVID was made by human beings.
Well, facts. Because I was just thinking, like, because I'm in Florida, right? And I'm sitting there walking through the park, like right around the corner, and it's like swampy. And I'm like, yo, I walk through this. If a gator comes through, I could blow this gator. I could blow this gator out. You know what I mean? What is this? Yo, who's calling your phone, man? Hold on, my son's phone, B. My bad, guys.
Now do you, bro?
I'm sitting there, 9-year-old getting calls, but it was reading time for him. I'm like, yo, we could rain destruction. So that's what I was thinking about. And then they had brother gone. So,
but just like we can rain destruction, we can also do the opposite of that too. Now we can bring peace. So
facts,
you know,
that's a diplomacy. It's a two-sided coin. With me, I like to say I only got 2 modes, man. I got diplomacy. I got diplomacy and warfare.
Right.
You know what
there's no middle ground.
I can be diplomatic, or I can go to war, and that's just my shit. And sometimes one thing leads to another. You know what I mean? But
now, is that with everybody though? Because it's also a natural thing that we tend to be more destructive or abusive with the people that we love versus, you know what I'm saying, people that we don't know. You know
we
what I'm
tend to
saying? Like,
hurt the people
And
closest
that's
to
true
us
too,
more.
because that's a safety net that we.
It's human
And I
nature.
probably know that I'm probably like that as well. Like I go in the hood, you know what I mean, my neighborhood I'm from, and I had to be reminded, you know, my brother called me up and had to remind me that I actually offend people. Like I'd be like, yo, what up, you bitch ass, da da da. Fuck you doing? You still broke, da da da. And that's offensive to people. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, you was here the last time I seen you. You was still in the same spot. I be just talking shit, you know what I mean? But that shit hurt people.
yeah,
Because that some of that is you know what?
I be shining on niggas too hard, but that shit is fucked up.
Sometimes you gotta give that to them because
And I don't mean to.
Armel, sometimes it inspires people and sometimes it doesn't. They get real aggy about that. So it is.
Yeah, guys get aggy. And I don't mean to. I'm just an asshole by nature. You feel me? I'm an asshole, and I don't really mean to, but that shit be sparking up. You know what I mean? And where I'm from, that shit might cost me my life.
I've rubbed a lot of people the wrong way
And I don't mean
times. So it is
in a household, like say for instance, in a household at family events and shit, it's all love. And I like to think, yeah, you around people that love, no matter what you say, they're gonna love you anyway. You know what I mean?
But some of them be funny. Some of them be funny.
That's no longer the case.
Yo, let me go get next word. I'll be right back, family.
No, don't worry about that.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like a family reunion and shit, that's no longer the case. You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately. So I used to think you go to family, you just be yourself and just say all the ill shit. And he. Oh, that's just Armel just being an asshole, XYZ. Now that's not the case because motherfuckers is sensitive, or people are more sensitive. I don't know if the food they eating, you know what I mean? I don't know if the shit they watching on TV. I don't know if it's social media, but people are definitely, family members included, are more sensitive to their own feelings than they are to love other people. In other words, family, right? I think the concept of family got fucked up somewhere in the mix of the past 20, 30 years. You know what I mean?
well, it's always been fucked up for us, man. Family is
it's just something that I might have noticed.
Always been broken. Yeah.
It's just something that I might have noticed. Like probably when this century turned, I think the concept of family got kind of twisted to the part. Because I remember when I used to, back, in the 90s, 95 or some shit like that, I would come home from overseas and I would jam out. And it's just Armel, wild the fuck out. I bought my first Glock. I was 21. Motherfucker stole my car on New Year's, right? I used to have the motherfucking Dodge Neon, right? Back in 95 when them just came out. Motherfucker stole my damn Neon on New Year's, man. My brand new Neon. And I had just
the one with the pop lock where you could just pop the plastic off top and just pull the clip on the bottom.
Shit, right? And then, mind you, I just turned 21 and I got my first firearm. I got a motherfucking Glock. Yo, I was the first non-dope dealing ass nigga with a Glock, bro. I was the dopest. Yo, you couldn't tell me shit. Motherfuckers on the block stole my shit. The hood speak. They called fam and it's like, yo, I see Armel car out there. I'll go run out cops everywhere, right? Pull the cat over, people in the hood stop the car, shit. Pull the cat over. I got my Glock. No, you ain't supposed to have no motherfucking gun in New York City at that time. Legal or not, ain't no permits. That shit was worse then than it is now. Pull my little shit out. My uncle like, oh man, your ass going to jail. Who the fuck you think you is? You just, what I mean? Just put that shit away. That shit crazy.
You wild.
But I thought, I was invincible at that time. You know what I mean? I thought I was invincible. And it was all love, and I would just go all over the city just showing my stupid ass gun. I was 21 or whatever. 21 going on 22, going on 50 and shit. Dumb as the fuck, right? Carry gun everywhere, flash gun, whatever the fuck. I was just happy to have a motherfucking gun. You feel me? Legally. or something like legal because I wasn't supposed to have that shit in New York City. Right.
But you had to do what you had to do at the time, man. We don't think about certain things at a
No,
certain
but
age.
now, family and shit, these motherfuckers that hate on you and call the cops on your ass. For real.
They were doing that too back then. 'Cause I remember
I don't know, but
having and a couple QPs and doing this and doing that, bugging out. You know what I mean? My peoples wanted to kick me out the country. My parents, not the government. My parents, like
your parents was going to deport you, bro.
yes. You know what I mean? Said they fucking came in the crib one day. Like my pops was like, yo, my pops used to do the crib inspection and found mad bullets. My uncle, who he the youngest uncle, he Americanized, so he had a bunch of 22s, some silver Jimenezes. To us, them shits was dope, but they were trash burners back then. You know what I mean? Trash guns. And had a bunch of QPs stacked up underneath. Oh my!
That was a gun back then, man.
Oh my God, man! Like, you know what I mean? We was all bugging, banging out for no reason. Like our emotions was, you was there.
Have you ever seen Belly? Have you ever seen Belly?
Thank you, sir.
Everybody seen Belly, right? Bro. So you remember when Buns was on the run?
Yeah.
One time he was on the run and he went down to Atlanta and he had Lakim and Shabazz, the two little young boys up in motherfucking up in Justice out in Atlanta, right? Them two boys had love for each other. You see what I'm saying? That scene was a depiction of what what was going to happen past the year 2000. These two brothers had love. It was just clowning back and forth. Ha 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 ha.
But the
ego got involved because the ego got involved. So now, you know what I'm saying, you pointing me out as to being the lesser person here in front of somebody else that we, you know what I'm saying, that we want to respect us or look at us in a certain light. So now it's like, nah, I got to prove myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
ego.
Yeah.
Ego.
Which comes back to taking the loss. I can't take a loss here at this table.
Ego.
I agree with the loss, right? But I think the clearer thing is not even ego, it's pride. So there's two things that trigger that situation. I think it's two things.
Neck and neck, man.
Human nature.
Yeah.
This is just Armel. I think it's two things in human nature, and our savage ass shit. The first thing is fear. The second thing is pride. Those two things a motherfucker will die for, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not just die for, they will burn the village and kill everybody. Fucker. You know what I mean? I know I've heard of families, you know what I mean, that their daughters, you know what I mean, did shit that was outside of the family honor, that disrespected the family honor. You know what I mean? And I know some of those daughters, I've heard about some of those daughters disappearing.
They kill them because, and I don't know if that's major here in the States.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it a lot, like in Michigan. And I know somebody, I was out in the fleet with a young lady. She was from Detroit too.
Yeah, but Detroit area you're talking about, they're Muslims.
From, Middle Eastern background.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were Muslims because you can't.
I was gonna say, the real strict Muslim people, they live by that code. Yeah,
you can't dishonor the family name, son. So I'm just.
That's pride, bro.
Yo, it is. Pops, sons, nephews, they're chopping shorty up. You know, so
some people take that shit, but that's just an example. But that's pride, right? The other thing is fear. Those are the two things, regardless of whether it's in the street or in the house, that causes bad shit to go. Those are the commonalities that I see. This is just me. You know what I mean? The pride thing, you know what I mean? When I'm listening to the story about CJ CJ had this thing, regardless of what the fuck was going on or what his cousin said was going on in his house. I don't know. I wasn't there. I ain't the fucking judge. But the shit was bad.
But he always showed love. He always showed love. He always showed respect.
Right.
So that's the only way I could see him.
That's the only way I see him. I don't know what exactly happened. But from what his cousin expressed, his cousin was like, boom. The fact was there was a problem in the household. Fact. CJ he expressed his cousin, this opinion, his cousin didn't want to leave the household because, you know, his kids and the generational thing and all of this shit. And I understand that shit. You feel me? His pride and his dignity, his integrity wouldn't let him leave that place where there was problems, regardless of the situation. And the shit went left. So that's the pride. The other thing is fear. The fear of loss or disestablishment. You bought this house. I ain't giving my house to this bitch, XYZ. I ain't giving up my kids to this motherfucker. The fear.
I hear what you're saying, and it's
you know what I mean? So those are the two things that cause everything. I don't care if it's in the house or in the streets. Those two things cause everything to go fucking left.
I know what you're saying. It just hit me different because I've been there when you are forced, like, yo, they telling you gotta, oh no, she gets this, she gets that, this, and you like, what the fuck? I'm taking the L, and I didn't fuck up. They're not hearing that, son. I know, I hear it. It just brings back memories, bro. It brings back memories. So,
I lived this shit, bro. So I can tell you,
we have.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, man. Don't connect yourself to anything that you can't let go. Like Heat, who's seen Heat? If you can't walk away for something in 30 seconds, leave me the fuck alone, bro.
But you know what? That comes with age too, fam. Unless you're super young and wise, that comes with age and wisdom.
It took me 40-something years. You facts. It took me 40-something years to get here.
You heard? That's 25 years ago, B. I'm ready to go balls to the walls with it. We banging out. Bring your brothers. We going. Let's go.
TJ wasn't that old, bro.
I know what you're saying, Fum. But certain, like in our early 20s, we're not hearing that shit, our family. We're not. As we get older, we learn more, and it's wisdom, B. It's wisdom, time.
I got to figure out how to transfer this wisdom down, bro.
Because my uncle right now, he out there.
Right.
Son's mad wise. You know what I mean? Been through the whole process. Him and my pops, my other uncles, they've been through the process. It's just, we got to go through it, son. It's just, we just got to survive it. And avoid as many scars as possible.
Anybody else want to come in? I'm gonna drop the link again.
It's crazy, but
I'm just saying, it's just like fear. It's like eliminate the fear. You know what I mean?
It's hard as a young man.
My grandmother used to always tell me, right? My grandmother, both of my grandmothers were ministers. You know what I mean? Heavy Pentecostal ministers. Like they were.
A lot of knowledge was born in your crib.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And both of my grandfathers was gangsters. So that was the combination. I had a lot of so my grandmother used to always tell me, she's like, when you have fears, you know what I mean? And you know the Lord is my shepherd's prayer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the one with no weapon, yeah. Mm-hmm. She said she always say fear is the absence of faith. Fear is the absence of faith. Fear is the absence of faith.
I never thought about it that way, B.
You know what I mean? That's what my grandmother.
It was good talking to y'all real quick, man. I got to get back on this road, man.
All right, brother.
Y'all be good, man, and you know what I'm saying, strengthen up that mentality.
Bless, family. You'll be safe on that road, brother.
All right.
All right. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace. Yo,
Yeah.
Armel, it's just I don't know. That's not what you want to hear. But you know what? The holiday seasons tend to do that to people, man. You always hear some fucked up, crazy shit.
Man, I could tell you what the guy, I'll be on the phone with the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy said, because we in the wrong hemisphere, God. The shit upside down, you know what I mean? So it causes a bipolar reaction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
it's just,
that's the older God, you know what I mean? We just be on the older God divine. We chop it up with him every now and then, you know what I mean? Just to keep me on my square.
I don't know, fam. Right now, that's just not kosher, man. When I seen that shit, I was like, wow. When I heard it, and now you see the shit, not good.
Like I said, man, it's fear of loss, bro, and that keep us going. That's keep us the crazy shit, man. The crazy shit. We come to this channel, we go to work every day, we kiss these motherfuckers' ass. We do all kinds of bullshit. And you see the crazy shit I was posting all week because that's what the live was be about. Are we a slave to our job? Mm-hmm. That was my original topic till I heard about CJ. You know what I mean? On top of that, right? We bust. Why are we giving these motherfuckers our time in our life and what more than what they fucking deserve?
It's the design of the system, man. It's the way the system
is because of fear of technically, bro. Technically, we don't even got to get that deep, Rodney. The fact is fear. How are we going to take care of our family? How are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to purchase this motherfucking ammo? How are we going to do what the hell we want to do if we don't get
guys?
You know what I mean? If we don't give these motherfuckers what we need to give.
Armel, trust me, I know how you feel, fam.
It ain't just me. It's everybody.
It's all of us. It's most of us, family. It's most of us. So it's just not. Give me a second because they're calling me, Armel.
How it's the same way, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck in America? We ain't talking about Haiti or nothing like that. In America, right? You got 800 motherfucking slaves, right? And 12 white dudes. Why didn't no 800 slaves kill these motherfuckers?
Mentality, the way they train people, they break people.
The mentality.
The islands used to be the seasoning islands, B. They used to season people on all the islands.
Fear.
You're right, bro. You're right. Fear. But yo, let me run real quick because they're calling me out there. Armel, I'll be right back in a few because they're calling me.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm just talking to this shit, man.
Right, talk, and I'll be right. I'm listening, family. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
But fear, this is all I'm talking about, right? Fear, right, is that shit that keeps us going to work, that keeps us in these bad situations, that cause us not to leave, not to seek help. You know what I mean? Not to go look for the North Star and try to escape. You know what I mean? Or try to escape without leaving, like drinking alcohol or using drugs or some ill ass shit like that. You know what I mean? Trying to find an escape without leaving. I'm gonna just deal with this shit, but I'm gonna get high right now. That shit, wow, yo, I'm gonna just deal with that shit, but I'm gonna get high right now. But sometimes, you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck to say, bro. Alvin Battles, what up, bro? Yo, Alvin, what up, baby? But yo, motherfuckers escape, just get high, and just forget about the rest of the motherfucking world. And then, you know what I mean? Yo, these folks did a number on us, bro. These folks did a fucking number on us, bro. But all I gotta say is, man, I'm not exactly a Christian or a religious person like that, bro. But I'm saying, yo, have faith. Find something that you can believe in. You know what I mean? Something that you can believe in more than you can fear anything. You know what I mean? Or find something to fear. I don't even like using that negative entity and shit. Find something that you believe in more than you can fear anything. Find comfort. You know what I mean? Find comfort. You know what I mean? Alvin Battles, what's up, bro? Dutch, come on in here and chop it up with me. You know what I mean? Dutch, you coming in here and chop it up with me? What up? I ain't getting on this on the shit you be doing, bro. I ain't talking about women right now. I'm talking about for real, for real. Yo, let you see the legend. Let them see the legend, Dutch. Click that chat and come in and holler at me, Dutch. You know what I mean? It's I like I said, it ain't so much greed, because greed is insatiable, man. You can't feed it. Greed is like need. You can't feed the needy, and you can't satisfy the greedy. You can't. Those are two. The two ultras is what I said. The needy and the greedy. You know what I mean? The needy and the greedy. You can't feed the needy, and you can't satisfy the greedy. You know what I'm saying? But fear and pride. Fear and pride are the two things that's killing. That we definitely need to get control of as individuals. This is Armel personally, man. Empower your life, bro. Get that. Get that. Find something to get rid of that fear, and find something. You know what I mean? To understand what pride would be. You know what I mean? Pride. So we talk about fear all day, but pride is that thing. Like, I know when we was growing up, I don't know how many stories I done heard about motherfuckers getting moked out for respect. That's some bullshit. Some bullshit. You know what I mean? Somebody did something to, or like the family in Michigan that I seen on the first 48 or whatever. Fucking pride. Fuck out of here. Honor. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that anything wrong with it, bro. But those two things in the household or out the household, at home or abroad, pride and fear. If you believe in heaven and hell, those two things are the keys to that motherfucker. Yeah, I swear to God, man. Yo, and you right, Dutch. Yo. Yo, sometimes I'm proud of the things that I've been able to do in life, but sometimes at the same time, I'm ashamed of a lot of things I've done. You know what I mean? But never do I regret. You know what I mean? So I have pride, I have shame, and I don't regret. You know what I mean? I used to fear loss. This is just me personally. I used to fear loss. I used to be afraid of being broke or not having. Some years back, probably 12 years ago or so, 10 years ago, I had a fucking epiphany. Dutch was probably there, man. Alvin Battles, he was probably there. We was on the block. We was on Prospect. And I might have spoken to him about that. And I said, yo, the worst thing that can happen to this motherfucker is I end up back on a block. And that was like, we call that shit Skid Row. If you end up back on a block, your ass is on Skid Row. But you know what? Skid Row ain't that bad. But it's bad enough to make you get your shit together to get the fuck up off me. You know what I mean? I swear to God. You know what I mean? Some people been on Skid Row for a long motherfucking time. You know what I mean? Some people been on Skid Row for a long time. You know what I mean? Some people never left Skid Row. You know what I mean? But I've been there with nothing and nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Some people are still there. It ain't that, or my version of it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? But I knew for a fact that I couldn't get comfortable there. You know what I mean? I dropped the video earlier this week on Instagram with the mouse eating the grain all the way down to the bottom of the motherfucker. He was a happy ass bitch. You know what I mean? That mouse was just a happy ass goddamn mouse that they ever seen. I got 6 people. Anybody dropping back in, man? Yeah. But that, you know, that comfort ended up being that mouse prison. You know what I mean? Purgatory, just stuck. He ended up dying waiting for somebody to provide for him. Because that motherfucker made him fat, dumb, and happy with all his social goddamn program. He had all he could eat. And now he had to wait for him to feed him. You know what I mean? And that's a deep subject. But I got 47 minutes, man. Come on, Rodney, go on, man. Dutch, I dropped the link. All you got to do is click on. Come on in here and talk that shit with me. Cass, you want to talk? Come on. I just wanted to know if you had something to say on here. Yeah, man. Come on, Alvin. Come on here, man. Keep your boy, keep the God company. It's only 3 people in here now. Yeah, man. I was hoping Erica bring the Mafia family crew. Hoping Erica bring the Mafia family crew up in here. It's a topic that deal with women. But y'all, when you get dealing with it, and this is another thing, bro. The brothers that's left on here, 6 of us left on here, have somewhere else to go, please. Have somewhere else to go. You know what I mean? In case you don't want to go to your family, to have nobody in your business or your friends, or have to rely on somebody, man. If you don't have any investment in the world, invest on your secondary fucking place. You Airbnb that bitch or something. But have some place to fucking go. You know what I mean? You know? Have somewhere else to go. Have somewhere else to go to lay your head and clear your head. You know what I mean? Some people just go to your mama house, your auntie house, your homeboy house. It's hard to do the homeboy shit because niggas got families and problems of their own. You know what I mean? But have somewhere else to go, bro. A fucking timeshare. Something. You know what I mean? Something. Have somewhere else to go. Because it's nothing like being that mouse in that jar and trapped. You know what I'm saying? You can pay all the bills in the world, but sometimes you got to leave. You feel me? Yeah, look, Walt, he said have a side check. Yo, that's if you got it, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no because that shit come in handy too. That shit has its place. If she bitching at you for the other bitch, go to the other bitch house and chill. You know what I mean? And stay if you have to. But if you know what I mean? Candace Williams, I never know who you are. Oh. If you know what I mean, it's just wow. Just leave that shit alone, especially cats like us who got these things in the background. You know what I mean? We got these things in the background, man. Don't be yo. I got a saying, right? Never pitch the bitch. You know what I mean? Whether it's a girl or a guy, if somebody's barking, don't bark back, man. Just give her some space and go somewhere. Two things this thing needs: space and time. Two things it don't need: pride and fear. You know what I mean? It needs space and time. This is the world according to Armel. For real. Shit needs space and time. Two things. Give shit space and give shit time. Right? That's the shit that it needs. The shit that it don't need is fear and pride. If you can get control of the space and time and the fear and the pride, you fucking mastered this shit, bro. And y'all can agree. Everybody throw a thumbs up if you agree with Armel ashy ass hands and call it what you want. But ego is part of pride, Alvin. You know what I mean? Look up, ego is lower than pride. You know what I mean? Pride has a lot to do with honor. And sometimes in honor, people have to swallow their ego. You know what I mean? But pride is above honor. Ego is below honor. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you've seen about the Michigan, me talk about the Michigan family, and somebody I met out in the fleet that was a young lady. She had to get the fuck out of Dodge because her family was tripping, so she went out to the fleet. You know what I mean? And she ended up being a dope young lady, man. You know what I mean? It was from, with all that honor and all of that shit. You know what I mean? And the story she would tell. You know what I mean? She probably wouldn't testify. She probably wouldn't testify because, of honor or pride. That's just the way shit was. You know what I mean? That shit like snitching. That's just the way it is. It's pride. You know what I mean? And then there's honor, and then there's ego. But ego is like the lower level of pride. Like one of the lower shit of pride. But pride and fear is the master key to motherfucking shit going left. That shit is the master fucking key. The master key to everything going wrong. Pride and fear. Fear of loss. Fear of rejection. Fear of no. Fear to be fucked. You know what I mean? Pride and fear. But this is just the world according to Armel. You know what I mean? And, it only took me 50 years to get here. You know what I mean? So, things you need. I'm going to walk out of here. This is the world according to Armel. My crazy Rasta Buddhist religion is 2 Alpha Life to empower yourself, right? You got to give yourself time and you got to give yourself space, right? Those are the things you need. And this shit, for real, when I think about it, that shit ain't just the key to the household conflicts, you know what I mean? Resolving outside conflicts and inside conflicts, right? But I'm sitting here thinking about it. It took me 50 years to come up with this shit. If you could control space, if you could give shit space to just grow, you know what I mean? Or take its course and some time for it to do so, right? Those are the things that things need. If you can give it that shit works across the board throughout the universe, bro. Throughout the fucking world. It ain't just for domestic conflict. It's outdoor conflict. You know what I mean? It's walking to the supermarket. This motherfucker bugging. I get this motherfucker some time and give him some space. You know what I mean? Give him some space and give him some distance and let me get my shit in. And then you take it. You take control of that. Control the time, control the space. You see what I'm saying? Control the time, control the space. Boom. Those are the things you need. You need the time. You need the space. Right? Other things you need to control that you don't need. And you need to, that means you need to control it to suppress it. You need to suppress the fear. And you need to suppress your fucking pride. So you, whatever emotions you got, and that's the emotional intelligence part of the shit. Whatever emotions you got to pick two other motherfucking different emotions that you're going to use that are going to be stronger than those two. Fear and pride. Sometimes you got to take an L and not be afraid. Or sometimes you got to be motherfucking brave. You know what I mean? And make the right choice. You know what I mean? So, two emotions. So we got emotional intelligence and we got situational awareness. Right? And that's inside the household and outside the household. Y'all motherfuckers feel free to drop in. This motherfucker Alvin Battles just laughing his ass off, right? Come on in here and laugh. Come on in here and laugh, man. Come on in here and talk shit with me. All you got to do is click the link. All you got to do is click the link, Alvin. You laughing your ass off, huh? Come on in here, Alvin. But for real, click on the link. You know what I mean? He gonna type LOL so many damn times, it's ridiculous. Yep. So yeah, but that's just all male play, man. That's just my I got my knife. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I got like 40 something minutes left. Come on in. I dropped the link again. Anybody feel free to come on in, man. This is the hard part. Roddy, where you at? You still in there? Yeah, Rodney ain't there no more. Yeah, man. Anybody feel free to come on in.
How's it going?
There you going, Candace Williams. Come on, Candace Williams. Come on in. Tell little man to come on in. Anybody in here but Dutch? Yeah, Walt E driving though. And little man in here, Candace Williams. So yeah, that's it.
What are you guys talking about?
How to handle domestic conflict.
You say that you go lock yourself in the room and go down in the basement.
What I do?
Go down to the basement. What's up, Candace Williams? Hey, Bolt.
Bovo, come on in here. Bovo, come on in here, man. I'm glad you're here.
He just popped on?
Yeah, he just popped on. Come on in here. Click the link, Bovo. Come on in here. Hang out with me for 40 minutes.
It's already like 9:30.
Yeah, I know. I got to rock it. I got to rock it. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get your 2 Hour for Life gear from 2hourforlife.com. You know, it ain't my birthday, but I like Christmas presents too. I got a Cash App.
You should put a Cash App up there.
Yeah, my Cash App is Armel7, period. Just it's $ Armel7.
If your pimp hand strong, you won't have those issues.
Oh, pimp hand. What I need a pimp hand for?
You're gonna go to fucking jail. That's where you're gonna go to.
I don't need no pimp hand.
You don't have
Yo.
Are you hitting women, Dutch? Is that what you're suggesting?
Dutch love women. Everybody do the opposite of what they do, of what they said.
You're not gonna hit the wrong woman and get yourself killed.
You might say, I'm gonna put my pimp hand on you and be in jail for 100 years for human trafficking. You gotta watch your words, bro. That human trafficking is something serious.
It's like messing up light-skinned ones.
Yeah, and it's double the time if they ain't black.
Yeah, and light-skinned ones. You're the wrong light-skinned one.
Yeah, man, that shit. Both come on in here, man. Come holler, come chop it up with me. You see the link? You see the link, man?
You need to post it again.
Shalom. Oh, it's right there. I just posted it. Yeah, so I'm just sitting here. Zadie sell up.
She's in the room. I should put her back in the other room. She's a guest room. I should put her back here.
Yeah, man. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Just get control of your situation, man, and give some space, especially when you inside the house. You dealing inside the household.
No one is above discipline. Exactly. So someone could whoop your ass. Yeah, what's wrong with Dutch, man?
I don't know.
Talking about hitting women. That's not acceptable, Dutch.
Nah, you go ahead and hit them.
Yeah, go ahead and hit him and get your ass in jail.
Yeah, go ahead. Yo, all I gotta say is do what you want. Do what the hell you want to do. You know what I mean? But just be prepared.
I'm not endorsing that.
Everything has
cool.
Listen, everything has consequences. You know what I mean?
Might hit the wrong person, get a cell shot.
I'm telling you, and I'm not playing, man. I'm not playing because what old boy cousin said was.
Who's old boy? Oh, I mean somebody.
What CJ cousin was saying, I don't know if it's true or not, because that whatever the details is. He said that CJ was abused by a woman. You see what I'm saying? And that's what his cousin said. And they let the woman go because she went to the thing and said that he was abusing her. So I don't know what the fuck. And all I know is that's my experience with the man. You know what I mean? And Cass, you called that.
Oh, I said it was either two things: either cheating or abuse. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So the woman got let go?
Yeah. From what his cousin said yesterday on RGG Live.
Okay.
So I don't know, the details. And it's really irrelevant. The fact is this young man is dead. And all of my experience I had with him were very pleasant. And he was a very
honorable honest is that she can provide some kind of proof.
I don't know. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but there'd have to be a history or something. I don't know.
There can't be a history because you can't own a firearm. It's a box on there. Have you been convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence on the little phone?
Conviction is different. If she has a history of hospital visits, I don't know.
No, if you go to the hospital, they have to check it in. If you go to hospital abuse, they have to create a report of domestic violence. It's not that simple. You get shot in the hospital, you got to there's a police report. Everything in the hospital is a fucking police report because the insurance companies don't want to pay shit.
It's not okay for abuse, verbal or mental, on either side, Dutch.
Don't answer. Dutch don't want to come in here. You keep your high ass to yourself. What up, Walt?
Yo, I had to come back, man. I see ain't nobody coming to hold you down, but
Yeah, here we go. Bovo right
hey,
there.
all right. Listen, I'm just listening to what you said, and it made me think. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't know necessarily who somebody is by what they portray, you know, and it made me think of Ike and Tina Turner, because, you know what I'm saying, when you see Ike out in public, you know, everybody would think Ike was this real cool dude or whatever, but when he got back home, you know what I'm saying, he would get on Tina. So, you know what I'm saying, you can't tell, you know, somebody's appearance out in the street, you know, and how they carry themselves, because they gonna be two different people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that live that way.
That man. At the same time, I'm not going to degrade that man. I can only speak about the experience I had.
Right. I'm just, all I'm saying is I wouldn't know. I don't know how much you know, but you know, you just can't tell is all I'm saying.
You don't know. The fact is that man is dead.
Right. Well,
that's the fact. You know, the details, you know what I mean? I know what his cousin said, you know what I mean? I don't know his cousin. I can't take that as credible. I ain't see the video. You know what I mean? So I can't form an opinion of my own, but I know that man is dead, and I know the experience I had with him was always pleasant. And I had the honor to have more than the experiences at the meetups to just chop it up with him on offline.
Oh, y'all talking about my man, everybody in posting that passed away?
Yeah. What we're talking about is, let me fill you in because I know you just cutting off your spot. What I'm talking about is, you know, how domestic conflict, because it was something like that as a result of that this brother is no longer with us, and I ain't gonna see him at the meetup. You know what I mean? It's a result of that. How to handle domestic conflict is what we're talking about. So if you want to add on, feel free. How do you think? So let me fill you in. So some of the points that I brought up is we're going to deal with 4 things, right? The 4 things that I brought up was, right, the things that any situation, not just a domestic situation, needs. Space, the first thing. Control the space. The second thing is time. You know what I mean? One of the things I brought up was leave for an hour, text, come back, feel the temperature. If that's not there, double the time up. If it ain't fresh, if it ain't cool, then, you know, it's 2 hours, give it 4 more hours. Check, text. After 8 hours, you need to give it a day, right? That's the time. That's the time and the space. Stay the fuck away. Let it work itself out. That's one thing I said. That's one side of it. The other side is you got to do these things simultaneously. This is just the world according to Armel. The other side of it was to control the 2 major emotions that cause shit to go left. And that's inside the house and outside the house. Those 2 emotions are fear and pride. That's just what I say. You can have your own, right? You know what I mean? Don't be afraid of the L or the pride of the loss. You know, the fear of the loss or the pride, but them shits running hand in hand. And they get interchangeable and the shit get freaky, and sometimes it's both of them. But those are the 2 emotions you got to find other emotions that are stronger to replace. But that's just what I'm messing. I'm just filling you in because I just know you coming off your, you know, studies and shit. So hit me up.
That's a fact, though. Rest in peace. My condolences to the family.
You met him, didn't you?
I believe I did at the last joint. That's why I was looking. I'm like, oh wow, like, oh, I met homie at the meetup, the last meetup. You know, I don't think I, said too much, so we ain't really, acquaint that heavy. But man, it's always sad to see. So that was a domestic situation.
Apparently,
Yeah.
from the feedback that we received from his cousin.
Mm. Yeah, it's hard, man. Everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you never know until you know. And sometimes it's too late. But as far as saluting to deflating a problem, it's just the same as in the streets. Like sometimes, like you said, you got to just walk away sometimes or get that space for people to think. I know it works for me and my wife. We get into it. Definitely that space, that time away to sit there and think helps out. But like, again, in the event where you got to walk away permanently, yeah, like that fear, pride, ego, the how dare you start going on, or people just fly off the handle, lose their tempers, and out of fear of what they could lose or how they being viewed. You know what I'm saying? If they taking the L, sucker shit. If I'm feeling like I'm a sucker or this and the third. So it's like with that shit, like people gotta have a little bit more self-control. You can't really the only control you have is what you do with your body. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave the situation alone, no matter how hard it is. It's gonna hurt for a few minutes. But you just got to take the L, you know what I'm saying? Leave out. And
It's not really an L by leaving, by retreating.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just whatever your inspo is. Like someone, when I say take the L, it's because it may not be what somebody wants. But that's
so
the
a
option.
personal question for you guys though. So when you walk away and you take that space, how do you come back though? Or how do you make up for that, you know what I'm saying, for that space needed when it's time to come back?
I'm gonna answer that, but go ahead, Bo. What do you think?
What was the question? I'm sorry, my son walked in. What was that?
How do you come back from taking that separation of space? How do you make up? You know what I'm saying? If you had to step away and take that space, how do you make up to go right back into the same thing, which a lot of times you don't have.
It's situational. Like sometimes arguments occur from a situation, like from disagreeing on something or disappointment in something. So, if that escalates into a point where you need a break, you're trying to get some fresh air, you need a break to think about things, or if it's looking like it's over, sometimes during that 2 hours, 2 days, no matter how long it takes, sometimes that separation of having your own mind to think of things, logically think things over. Now, if you can't do that, then that could possibly mean that you may have an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like you may hold on to things, you might be taking it a different way. But I like first and foremost, that's why I talk to people all the time. People have to understand how to evaluate a situation fairly. Look at yourself as well in a situation. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to the person again, it's like that comeback. It's like if the same attitude and that's happening, maybe it's too early. Maybe y'all coming back too early. Maybe too much is still being held on.
That time up.
Huh?
That time up. But my thing is, right, because I don't just talk about this shit. I live this shit. But this is it, right? I can just hit that, right? I put myself in a doghouse and I ain't talking right now. You know what I mean? And up until just now, I haven't even spoke to Cass all day. I just went into, but if it was just communication, we just communicated to text. I communicated through her because she's right in the next room, and she came in. That means the shit ain't hot no more. Right. You feel me?
Yeah, sometimes you need
it's time, but we got a little bit of space in here. We can go in different rooms. I can go in the basement and not see each other.
Does that mean that it's not hot, or that there's just a mutual respect? Hey, we still a team in this thing. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do what we got to do, but we still hot.
No, if it's cool enough to have a conversation other than the shit that we not mad about, it's cool. That's warm water, bro. Warm water is better than cold water. Warm water is better than cold water, and it ain't too goddamn hot. You know what I mean? You want to keep it warm, bro. You don't want a scalding hot shower that burn your fucking skin off, and you don't want a freezing cold ass shower unless you in some kind of pain. You know what I mean? Right. So you want that you know, that warm thing. It was warm enough for her to come in here and say hi on a live. You know what I mean? That's it. You know, that's how that shit is.
If a problem is too big where you can't do that, then you obviously in the wrong situation.
You got to give it more time and more space.
That's when you know that it just ain't going. I mean, that's what they call it now, toxic. If you want something toxic and it's like the problem just keep reoccurring itself and it's never could be solved, nobody is understanding the other person, and it's just not peace to enjoy. If you in those kind of situations, it's like, you know, you got to evaluate your life at that point. I mean, you
evaluate your situation.
Right, evaluate your situation.
Comes in there. That's where the second thing comes in. Mm-hmm. When you realize that it's toxic, the two emotions kick in. The first emotion was pride. The second emotion is fear, right? I know when I've been in that situation, you know what I mean? And I've been in it, like I said, I be talking it and living it at the same time. I've been in that situation where, boom, nigga, you built up all of this shit. You got this crib. This bitch wants you to leave. I'm just saying generally. Bitch wants you to get the fuck out of your shit that you built. You know what I mean? So you can have nothing and start all over.
I'm at the point where I don't care about that though, you know, especially I got kids, so I'm okay with giving that stuff up. You know, I tell my wife all the time, I don't want nothing. Just give me my guns and, you know what I'm saying, my little car, whatever, I'm going.
That's maturity. And that's the shit that I'm at now. Because the motherfucker ain't make me. You know what I mean? That woman or that situation didn't make me. And whatever I have, I can acquire again. So I can give it all up and start all over again. And I have to accept that. So that fear of loss of material things is something maturity take to give up. The other thing is pride. And that's the thing I was hearing that the brother cousin, you know what I mean, CJ cousin was talking about. You know what I mean, they were in a unique situation where they had to set a precedence or get rid of those fucking demons that plague their family and a lot of black families across the single parent households or, you know, shit like that. And I know that shit sounded real to me because I know dude. I talk to dude offline, you know what I mean? Same way I talk to Bo. You know what I mean? I know dude. And I hear this. You see what I'm saying? Or I knew him when he was in the Essence. Before he went back to the Essence. That sounded about right. He was a stand-up dude. And you know, this situation is what it was. That thing had to be broken. You know what I mean? So that was according to my own experience. But you know, sometimes that pride, like I gotta stay regardless of the situation. Shit gotta work out. That shit hurt too. Even if it's toxic. I don't know if he was correct about it. I don't know. You know, I don't know if it was the other way, but that fucking pride shit, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta make it work. Or, you know what I mean? It could be like, regardless of how many licks I'm gonna take or how many licks I gotta put out, I'm gonna fight for this. Some shit just ain't worth fighting for, bro. Some shit is just quicksand.
Nah, but I could feel those sentiments though, especially if you come from nothing and you come from a broken home and you want that cycle to end. I could see somebody saying, nah, I gotta fight for this. You know what I'm saying?
I see it too.
That's a fact.
I see it too. But at what point? What? Some shit ain't worth fighting for, bro. Some shit is quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people just got that belief. It's just like Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe in this God and some people don't. You know what I'm saying? It's your faith, man. It's what, you know, how strong is your belief in this thing?
That's an entirely different subject. But I ain't gonna get motherfucking Bug Nation on y'all niggas. I ain't gonna get Bug Nation on y'all niggas because I got 15 minutes to go before I gotta go do my 1-2 thing.
Yeah, that's crazy though, man.
But for real, both sees things one way, and it's very diverse, and we have very. I'm not sure what your religious, what you subscribe to as far as your faith. But man, I think it's more of a cultural element of how we look in America these days that supersedes a lot of our religious belief. You know what I mean? How we look, and that adds on to the pride perspective. You know what I mean? How we look, and it is so minute that it can just be in the community. Like when I gave an example earlier about the young lady in the fleet and the stuff I was reading about in Michigan. They live in a Muslim community. They're, you know what I mean? And people come up missing.
Yeah, but I believe more and more, and I'm starting to see it a lot more, your religion and faith can play a lot in your relationship, depending on what it is and how deep you go into it.
It definitely played a big part in my decision making. I would say that's a fact. But it's, I guess you would say this it was for the betterment of me, because if I didn't have that, like in prior days of my life when I didn't have that, it was like, it ain't take much for me to, oh, word, why? What we talking to? All right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a lot of my fuse was a lot shorter and all that. But now it's like, it's for the betterment of the stability of life. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? You the leader. When you say that you the leader, it's not like, all right, I'm so much as far as the boss. It's more of women are maybe more or less in control of their emotions. They quicker to fly off emotions and do. So as the leader, of me being who I am, I gotta understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta be able to manipulate the situation to chill that out. You know what I'm saying? And really not be as touchy-feely as the woman, because that's not what I am. I'm a man. So it's like, you gotta, kind of walk it through. It took a lot. It changed me a lot. And I'm new to any set of a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like all my life, like I said, I was just, it was whatever. I had morals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think men can be emotional too. It's just in a different way, sort of similar,
I don't think it's a different way. I think you just got to be emotional, but I think men have to control, not just men, women as well. We got to handle our emotions, not let our emotions handle us.
But that comes with maturity for us, because even, and I tell my kids now, I just had a talk with my daughter today, whereas when I was younger, it was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, and you may not have that religious morality and stuff. For men, it's easy to pretty much just say fuck it and leave, you know what I'm saying? And that's why there's a lot of single parent households out here, because
like me. I'm that dude. I'll say fuck it and leave.
Yeah, but that ain't the right way to handle stuff, though.
According to who? If it's toxic, man. If it's toxic,
yeah. If it's toxic, yeah, I agree.
The number one thing for me,
I was gonna say it depends on what stage you're at, but typically that's our first instinct, because we don't really have, or we don't think that we have nothing that we need to stick around for. But especially like when there's kids involved, you really do, man.
You do. But that's what I'm saying. I was running across with CJ. He was around for them fucking kids. I mean, I'm not saying effing, but he was around for his kids. You know what I mean? So if you not in a relationship, are you not there for your kids?
It's not the same, though. It's not the same.
You there, but if you cut from a
avoid all this situation, man, be careful who you fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
look,
that's the truth, and that's the
Fuck, bro.
conversation I have with my kids. But it
That's
also depends on where you flee to, because
different live. You and Alvin, I'm gonna have a live with my man Dutch, and Alvin can tell you, man, stop fucking everything, bro. Everything ain't worth fucking. If you ain't ready to commit, don't do it. You know what I mean? If I could relive this shit, and if I could teach it, you know what I'm saying? I would
you're
say,
right, Mel.
be
You're
careful.
right,
When
but people ain't having that talk with these young boys, man. They not, you know what I'm saying? We don't get that talk, man.
I ain't had that talk shit. What the fuck? Who gonna give it to me? Motherfuckers like get all the pussy you can. That's man shit. But it's not. You know what I mean? 'Cause with
Exactly.
that become responsibility. You know what I mean? And you might end up with somebody that shit ain't right. And I really believe in arranged. I personally really believe in arranged marriage, but that's just
Yeah, I would go with that too.
That's just all male shit. That's just all male shit, you know what I mean?
yo, that's crazy.
That's just all male shit. Because I don't think a motherfucker should be, but that's a whole different subject, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. But
Know what
still
I mean?
related.
But it's a fact though. If you come from a certain cloth, you know, I'm not saying it work in everybody bones like that. Obviously, it don't. Looking at the world today, but like, I ain't had no pops. Like I lost that whole setup at 4, so I don't even know what that would have been like if it was different. But a lot that drives me now. It's like, yeah, like I'm not doing that shit to my little ones. Like I'm here, bro. Like not saying I can't. Not saying, huh?
Yo, let me tell you this, man. That shit overrated, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That
Yo,
shit.
you know what my son be saying?
That's not overrated, man. That's not overrated.
You know what my son be saying?
Yo, that shit is
playing the
overrated.
game right now.
This is. I'm gonna tell you how, man. And I had that. You know what I mean? And I didn't come from a single parent household type shit like that. And both of them know a little bit about this because I talked to this gentleman online. Sometimes you can have a father and be ashamed of that.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Or sometimes, you know what I mean, your father, and Cass could probably attest to that if she was participating in a program that was just there, but not a contributing factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or sometimes, you know what I mean, that shit ain't the end all fucking be all. It's just, it's just a different
yo, you know my
whole shit. You know what I mean?
My son be on the game Fortnite. You know, they be bugging on Fortnite on them online games. He bugging on each other.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. Yo, you they be going hard at each other, right? He only 6. But to hear him say, nobody loves you. You don't even have a dad. You don't even have a family. Like you saying they don't pay attention to that, but that's a flex on him.
Yo,
now.
that's your pride.
That's a flex.
That's your
like,
pride.
yo, you don't even have a family.
Better than it make him feel. He just flexing this shit. You feeling that shit. Yo, you can't. This is my thing, man.
I'm saying he's taking that to hurt feelings because that's what they do on the game. They hurting each other feelings, they beating each other, shooting each other up, and then he verbalizing it. So instead of him saying,
but we did the same thing. We did the same thing in the streets without the game. I mean, that's just talking shit.
But we was all talking about you don't got no pops, but nobody had no pops. You know what I'm saying? We was talking like, yo, we was talking crazy to each other. But everybody has similar situations. So like nowadays, it's like they notice when they go to school, like the differences that they experience. Like, damn, I'm going home to my mother and father. Like I go to my friend,
right?
My father there. I go here, you know, fuck. They realizing that shit at a young age, early. So it's like
we got Alvin Battles, right? Alvin Battles. I grew up with this dude. We grew up together. You know what I mean? Know him since I was 8 years old. 7, 8 years old. You know what I mean? He in the chat. Yeah. My father was just a nuisance. Always in the mix, like there all the fucking time. You see what I'm saying? But it you know, that affected me different. You see what I'm saying? It was a different type of It was a different type of flow.
Mhm.
So it's not all good all the time. And it's
But
not
you had something to base something off, though, good or bad. You had something to base something off of saying,
not
I'm
necessarily.
either gonna be like that or I'm gonna be different from that. It's still, you had something to still see.
I don't think a father is that. It could be an uncle.
It could
And
be.
It could be. I had an uncle, right?
It
We
could be
grew up
grand.
watching the Cosby Show, though. That was in the, you know what I mean? Not to say we looked around and seen that we ain't had that household like the Cosby Show, but you know, but we looked at that as influential. And I'm not saying I'm saying maybe subconsciously when we grow up, I think this generation of us as fathers, the kids that was born in the 70s and the 80s, I feel like we really desire to turn that generational curse around. Like we trying to stay with them kids and do shit. You know what I'm saying? I see it.
Right.
I see
And
it.
there's a lot more push on social media and
I don't think that part I didn't have. Like my parents had both parents, both of them. You know what I mean? I think mine was more. I think my challenge or my demons that I inherited was more of the drug abuse and shit like that. The incarceration and
Now, you're right. You're right, Dutch. But Dutch said this generation is online and they don't have no fear. You're right. I'm saying
they don't need no fear. I don't like fear.
When I say what I said in reference to that, I was saying that a lot of these kids, I would say between the ages of 25 and 35, right? They staying with them kids, bro. Like they eat. I don't care how gangster they is, no nothing. They really feeling like, nah, like no, you know what I'm saying? They with their kids. I done seen kids in that age bracket going for custody and shit for their kids. Like,
yeah. No, it's definitely a different movement in the street. It's definitely a different movement.
Gangster or not, they just going to fighting for custody. Like I'm like, damn, that's impressive to see these young dudes. They in the streets and in the third, but they want their kid. Like, but when we was growing up, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you pregnant? Oh, that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was back then. You know what I'm saying? Like. But
I've also seen dads do that because they knew the mother was unfit too.
Right. That's true. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm not gonna say I'm still in the hood, but you know, I'm in Charlotte, and it's like it's weird to see. And then that's different too. Regional differences, like you know, from being from New York City and coming down south, it's like that's what they do down here. They just have kids. You see what I'm saying? Like that's their thing. And I think a lot. I'll be like, yo, if I never moved down south, I wonder if I would have even had a child by now. Because it's like a lot of my people up there, majority of my friends, niggas do not have kids. You know what I'm saying? But it's like as soon as I touch the soil down south in North Carolina, that's in my age bracket, in them 20s, mid 20s, whatever. That's all they doing, popping out.
Yo, for real, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I gotta say about that kid shit, yo. When motherfuckers is broke and don't got shit, the only thing left to do is fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. There's nothing else to do, especially like when you come down. If you go like to the real far south where there's really nothing there and there ain't no jobs, that's all they doing is
fuck,
you know what I'm saying, drugs and exactly.
Yo, this is what they do: fuck, fuss, and fight.
Yeah,
that's down south, bro.
But you know, a lot of that is our mentality too. We, you know, and I've talked with several of my friends about this all the time. I think Black people condone this stuff. We let a lot of this shit fly that shouldn't be flying, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just looks at it as being okay, like this single parent shit and everything. Oh yeah, so what? She's pregnant or whatever. She'll be fine. She, you know, nah, that shit ain't right, man.
This is the thing. Fuck the single parent shit, right? A chick could be a single parent, raise her kid up or whatever the fuck. This is the problem in the community. Niggas don't step up if the kid ain't his. It ain't mine, you know what I mean? But I see that she out here, she busts her ass, she's working. I'm gonna
That's
be
human nature, though, bro. Even animals do that.
You know,
a lion ain't raising no other lion cubs.
niggas in the black community, cats don't step up, and this is what I noticed. You know what I mean? And my pops wasn't like that. Everybody, you know what I mean? Dutch can tell you this shit too. Everybody, niggas don't step up and put other little niggas under their wing who don't got the proper role model. You know what I mean? And niggas
That's
need to
true.
step up.
Nah.
Huh?
So should just any and every dude step up, or should it be
All the time.
maybe the dude that's messing with?
Yeah, I ain't talking about fucking the nigga moms and no shit like
You
that. You know what I mean? But just being that positive figure. Check the little homie. You know what I mean? Establish a respect of masculine presence. You know what I mean? You don't got to be
Yeah,
an
but
uncle.
that's not acceptable no more.
It is
That's not
acceptable.
acceptable no more.
Why is it not?
Nah.
It may not be acceptable
Because the mothers and all these other people will get on your ass telling you better not say shit to my kid or whatever else. It's not acceptable for
I don't
somebody
think so.
to
I think it's more if
Man, I'm telling
with a woman on woman. Like if another woman says something to another woman's child, then it's woman on woman. But if it's a man that's stepping up and then he let her know, it's like, yo, I had to check your son, XYZ. Women respect that. They don't like their peers to do it. But we are not their fucking peers, bro. In reality.
Nah, but especially a strange man, that shit will not be accepted, man.
That's where the common courtesy come in, Walt. That's where the common courtesy on. If you're gonna be a man, you gotta speak to the woman. Hi. That's it. Keep it short. Let her know you ain't trying to screw a fucker or nothing like that. You know what I mean? You got your own. You just a man. You know what I mean? You got your own. Hey, you see the little dude, like, yo, check the homie. Speak to him. Yeah, he knows this is Mr. Walt E. Mr. Walt, how you doing, sir? You know what I mean? Establish that precedence, you know, and that precedence is the thing that's missing, and that precedence is the thing that's killing us. Men, you know what I mean? We just got to step up.
Have you tried that lately?
I don't live in a community, man. This is my fucked up shit, man. I don't live in a community with nobody who have this problem, who has issues like that.
right. I got it.
For real. But when I was home, right, and this shit cost me an ass loads of money, right? Yeah, and Dutch can tell you about this shit. I was the ultimate flosser, and I tried to get motherfuckers, them young boys in the hood. I tried to influence the young boys in the hood to do something else. You know what I mean? It was too late, and Cass was lazy. You know what I mean? By the time I was like, your arm out how you flow, yo, this is what you got to do. Go to school, XYZ, boom, 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 boom. Well, I'm going to get debt. Fuck it. Get the student loan. They can't repossess your brain. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about student loan debt. These people are worried about fucking student loan debt. If you don't pay it, what happened? They're going to take back your degree?
Well, depending on what you get it, then they could stop your license. They could put a hold on your license if you got a degree that you have to, or a job that you have to have a license for.
For real? I ain't know that.
Yeah.
But the fucking student loan shit is so goddamn ridiculously low that, you know what I mean? The interest rates is so fucking ridiculously low. Unless you go to like some serious 4-year Ivy League shit, they give you like fucking 20, 30 years to pay the shit off like a mortgage.
Yeah, but that shit compounds daily though, and it grows fast.
Yeah, I'm you know, my experience with that shit was a little bit different. So my experience with student loans was a little bit different. I just fucked it up. It was blow money. So, but I tried in the hood, and I tried to influence these kids in our neighborhood I grew up with, and they're grown ass men now. But I got to them a little bit too late. You know what I mean? when I was there. I got to them a little bit too late, and they thought they seen an easier way. And I can say that I can attest to that with my own son. My son thinks there's an easier way. And I, no matter how much I tell him, it ain't no easy way, ain't no shortcut. I give you the fucking cheat code, but you still got to play the game, bro. I give niggas the cheat code, but they still got to play the game. It's not game over. You feel me? So I do what I can do. And I step up even if I see something. I'm that type of dude that I don't see those type of problems on a daily basis. But if I see something, I always say something. Like, yo, you can do better than that. You know what I mean? And I'm not in that type of environment every day to do that, where I could just, put niggas under my wing, put little dudes under my wing.
You talking about mentoring, big brother flow? I'm thinking you were saying like,
yeah,
taking care of them, like somebody else kids, like taking care of literally taking care of them.
No, this is just like saying what's up and keeping them, checking them.
Oh yeah. That's
you know what I mean? And they don't necessarily. What I was saying was, these young men don't necessarily have to need a father or have to have a father there, but they can have an uncle. You know what I mean? Or if they don't have an uncle, they can have a brother in the hood that just check them. You know what I mean? The OGs got to do OG shit, man.
That's just funny, yo.
What's up? What's up?
I'm laughing at Dutch.
Dutch like, fuck them kids.
Oh man.
Dutch like, fuck them kids.
No, Dutch, you caused the whole beef with me and my wife last week. That's why I'm laughing.
Dutch like, fuck them kids.
Oh man.
Yo, that's a rare Dutch's Alvin Battles it's a rare thing, man. But that's my friend.
Yeah, but like that domestic shit, man. Yo, I went to the courthouse the other day for something, right? And you know how you go, and they got all the windows like judgment, civil, this.
Uh-huh.
They got domestic. Nigga, that line was around the corner. Everything else you could walk right up to the window, no wait. But domestic violence window was lit.
Yo, it's Christmas time, man. Somebody was saying that too, Bofo.
All races, Spanish, black, it was just a line going up to that domestic window, boy.
Yo, it's a funny thing, right? Somebody was saying, man, Christmas time, domestic violence is an all-time high, right? And this is one of the things I was going to have this live on this week before I found out about that. It's not domestic violence, but so much people are worked to fucking death, bro.
Mm-hmm.
People are over fucking worked. They're not taking time off. They're not even taking their paid time off that they earned. They're not taking their benefits. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's facts. That's me right now. I'm out here like 6 days a week, man, because I'm, it's fourth quarter. I'm in the game.
Yeah, man. Why, man? You gotta. Is it worth it?
And it is a lot of stress, and you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff that comes with it, man. But and I put in the chat earlier that depression also plays a part in that domestic. Yo, people think this relationship shit is hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot to deal with.
All right.
Facts. Yo,
another thing is like what we doing right now on a discrete level, right? Yo, men don't talk to each other either.
We do, but we don't have that.
Nah. You know what? It's trust issues. We got trust issues. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
It's like,
have issues.
well, okay, that's you, but most of us do. Like, we can sit on here now and we can talk about this, but when it comes down to personal issues, most of us won't let that out, because I mean, even to our day ones that we grew up with, because
Well, I don't think the problem is trust. I think trust is the wrong emotion. I think insecurity is the correct emotion, because insecurity leads to the lack of trust. It's people are not secure.
okay, I can agree with that somewhat. But it would depend on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be like, insecurity, you know what I'm saying, would be like me saying, well, you know what I'm saying, I got erectile dysfunction or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I can see, you know what I'm saying, being insecure about talking to somebody about that. But if we talking about just, my wife is fucked up or something, you know what I'm saying, I still got to have that trust to be able to be able to say something, or like, just to say, hey, my wife is cheating on me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel comfortable just coming out to somebody saying, you know what I'm saying, this is what's going on. And
Right, exactly.
It makes you feel insecure that you're not laying it down properly.
Mm-hmm.
So why would she
but
need to go?
But that doesn't have to be the reason for that, though, Armel. See, now you took that the wrong way.
People think in their head if they shorty is fucking around on them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not laying.
I had the situation. I was in a circle of people that was my cousin and all that, my older cousin, and we talk heavy, but like when it came to like taking pills for this or doing that for that and this, that, and the third, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, he openly would express that, and I'm like, yo, damn, like, you really telling me this like with confidence, and you don't care, but it opened up a trust with each other to be able to dialogue, and like, yo, maybe you should go to the doctor, son, make sure all your vitamins is right, make sure you don't got no underlying health issues or this, that, and the third. Like, men, just like you say, we ain't had them fathers, we the fathers now. So we
right.
Like, as brothers, it's like we need to be able to talk about these things, or whether you feel on like you're depressed or something like that. And one thing's for sure, like, we the most fucked up culture, and none of us never did no therapy. Like, we need therapy, dude.
I did.
Yeah, we do.
Like,
but that's even going to the doctors. A lot of men don't go to the doctor.
Yeah,
I did. And this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna bring this bitch ass motherfucker Dutch in here. You know what I mean? You know that dude that know the inner dark secrets of the life. That's Alvin. You know what I'm saying? There from the door, it was never no judgment or nothing like that. We just rock. Right. This is, you know what I mean? This is the real shit, right? Men, that motherfucking, that insecurity, right? That insecurity breeds fucking weakness. The more you leave yourself open, the more we think that if somebody know my vulnerabilities, they're exploited, right? Mm-hmm. The fact is, if somebody able to exploit your vulnerabilities or your weaknesses, right? They can only do it if you allow them to. That's the thought. So you keep that away from them, right?
Right.
But at the same time, right? It cripples you. So there's no, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, there's, in addition to being fathers and uncles in the hood, we also got to be brothers.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? That same weakness can in turn go home to be domestic violence, turn into domestic violence.
So let it out. Let it out. Be a brother, bro. Be a brother.
It's time for that, bro.
Be a brother. You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed of who you are or what you're dealing with. It out. You know what I mean? Once it's out, you know what I mean? The ones that's come to attack, you know who to cut that off. You know what I mean? You got to deal with them different. You see what I'm saying? You just got to deal with them different. Friend or foe, nigga, state your biz.
Like women, right? Not to get on a women and men shit, but like women, they
talk.
they wrong because they therapy and they talking is coming from virtual reality. It's like social media, other people's lives and shit. That's their conversation and it's one way. You know what I'm saying? They might have a family member or a couple of homegirls they talk to, whatever, but they still get some kind of idea, a sense of a community. But when it comes to us as men, we don't really do social media like that. We don't really like taking advice from strangers and shit. We don't really have community as far as like on that brotherly kind of energy or my homeboy kind of energy. If we do, we got a handful of ones that we kept for the last 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And we might be able to call them. Most of the time, they in a whole different situation. So it's like you can't even really like
stop judging each other, bro. That's all that shit is. Stop judging them, and you know what I mean?
No, I'm saying, when I say they on a different situation, it's like how I could call my homeboys in Brooklyn, and most of them are not in my situation. Like they're not in living a family life. They not. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
this right here. He ain't living the family life. He fucking.
It's like if I call this nigga, tell him about this. You know, some of them, you know, well rounded, and they smart.
Or they're assuming that because you in that particular situation, that the situation is that you have to do that. And sometimes it's not that, you know what I mean? But don't even worry about that. The thing I've learned, it took me like 40-something years to fucking get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let the shit all out, bro.
Right.
The Eminem and have you seen what's that? 8 Mile?
Mm.
When he laid out all his hair, yeah, I'm the white boy, yeah, and this, and he ate that nigga. The motherfucker didn't have nothing to say after what was said was said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's all time. Yeah, oh, so what?
Mm-hmm.
And what? You know what I mean? Get it how you live it, bro. Don't be ashamed. Don't be, you know what I mean, embarrassed or whatever. Just do you. You know what I mean? Because you gotta live these pants. You know what I mean? But that's just empower yourself, man. And I like to say, man, I'm gonna write a book one day when cats start helping me out and stop being mad at me or not fucking with me. You know, I'm gonna put the book together. She gonna write it, but I'm gonna dictate it. It's gonna be like, you know, it's SWOT analysis. In business, they call it SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat analysis. You know what I mean? So you have to be truthful with yourself about your strengths, truthful with yourself about your weakness, truthful about yourself about the opportunities that come, and truthful about yourself what are threats to you, right? Yeah. So when you're truthful about yourself about these things, you can be truthful with everybody else, because then you can establish what you're going to go backwards. You can establish what are the threats. Who do I need to fuck with? Who do I not need? Who do I need to get in space to? Who do I need to bring in close? Mm. You see what I'm saying? But that shit, that analogy or that analysis can't be if you ain't real with it, if you ain't real with yourself or real with your situation.
That's what we were saying about with the therapy shit. Like some people will go to the therapist and fucking lie. Everything they come out their mouth, they lie. So how you gonna get help with something that you say is the truth? So you know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing with therapy, and I went through some years of this shit, right? You know, just me trying to figure fucking me out. And I was fortunate. The biggest problem with therapy is finding a therapist that can deal with you. Mm. And that was the biggest challenge that
every therapist ain't a good one.
Everyone, it's not a matter of a good one. Everyone ain't the right one for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everyone is not the right one. It might be a shitty therapist, but it might be the right one for you. You know what I mean? That can deal with your shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean by fathers. That's what I mean by, see, it's all the fucking 360 to me. Fathers right? Or grandfathers, or even a mother or grandmother. Look, like big deal, grandmother, family reunion. We got a whole family. We just did it. It's like, it's so fascinating to see 121 grandkids still look at that lady for a word of wisdom every once in a while. So it's like that therapist ain't no fucking need, really. We don't have elders. We don't respect our elders. The fathers ain't the elders. This and that. And then like now, when we talking about depression, this, that, and the third, like that's what your elders supposed to step in. And not only are they supposed to do their job, but you got to do yours by being able to express that shit truthfully, share it truthfully, ask for the help truthfully, converse with them truthfully, and accept, be willing to accept.
A good therapist, bro, they can see through the bullshit, right? I had this therapist, right? And you know what I mean? I was dealing with her. She's a white chick. You know, I was like, I don't want this little skinny ass white chick to be, mess with me. But she was the dopest ever. What she took was the weakness and my flaws, you know what I mean? And she didn't show me how to suppress it. Well, she showed me how to utilize it and weaponize it so it can work to my benefit. You know what I mean? My insecurities are my weaknesses, and that's what it worked for me, but it may not work for everybody else. Everybody got their own little bullshit. I know I got my bullshit. You know what I mean? My bullshit is, you know what I mean? I got something, you know what I mean? I gotta show that I am good. I got to continuously prove myself, you know what I mean? And in all reality, I don't. You know what I mean? Only thing I have to do is do me, and the work will show on its own. You know what I mean? It was all the other shit, societal implicit bias, and not being able to identify the correct emotion that was holding me down. Like I read emotion. Niggas don't know how to deal with emotion, and I learned a motherfucker can be frustrated, but he don't know how to say frustrated. He just say nigga just mad, and mad, and frustrated is two different fucking things. Frustrated is not knowing what to do. Mad is just being mad. And being mad and angry, identifying emotions. You know what I mean?
Do you think that my man and his lady was ever considered therapy? Like, you think they ever went through that? Like acknowledging?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because therapy ain't the end all, it be all, bro. Absolutely. But from what it adds up, it seemed like a toxic ass relationship, and the motherfuckers ain't giving enough space.
Right.
However it was, I don't know. You know what I mean? But he seemed like a good dude, and it seemed like sometimes you gotta let go, bro.
Yo, Dutch is talking some real shit. I'm gonna look into it. I never did it, but
I'll stop looking at Dutch ass, man.
One thing for sure, what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna do that shit. And it's it don't got nothing to do with marriage or nothing like that. I'm gonna just do it for myself. Because I feel like I've been through some fucking trauma, bro. And it's like, I don't know what could come out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is conditioning me to be who I am, walk how I walk, talk how I talk, decide how I decide. I want to do that shit. Because I could have some underlying traumas that affected my
implicit bias is the things that keep us trapped in.
We all have some sort of trauma.
Word.
Yeah. What I'm saying is sometimes implicit bias, how society set the standard on how shit's supposed to be, on how each of us as individuals really function. Sometimes a side bitch is necessary. Sometimes, you know what I mean, in certain situations. And I ain't condoning that shit or nothing because everybody's shit is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's situation is different. Some niggas need to go somewhere to have peace of mind. They can't go there permanently because they know that situation is probably worse than the situation they is. They need an escape. Some brothers stay, don't have that and take their escape a different way. All they do is replace it with drugs or alcohol or some other dumb shit. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you have to take the least destructive way. And sometimes a side bitch might be that. If you can make that shit work, it might not be. That shit don't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't recommend anything that's more destructive than what you have. With me now, you know what I mean? I got to have my guns and shit. You know what I mean? I got to have something else.
That is the slide.
You know what I mean? Something for myself. There's a part of your body, there's a part of your mentality that you have to preserve for yourself. Everything else got to go to the mission. Got to feed the program. The program is your woman, your family, your kids, XYZ. But you got to have something to reserve for yourself. That can't be the end all be all, or else it's out of balance.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? But I don't recommend your lever or your pivot point to be something destructive or more destructive than what you have. You got to balance yourself out, center your soul, if that's what it is. I don't know, but this is just the world calling Armel. This shit ain't fact or fiction, but this is just my experience, and I might be a fucking comedian or something, nigga. Word up.
Nah, dope chat tonight, man. Dope Bob. It's probably a lot more points. We could probably part two this shit, to be honest, because it's a lot, man. It's a deep subject, especially people that's
Yo, this is the first time I ever heard Dutch talk about God. 40 years knowing this motherfucker. 47 years knowing this motherfucker, he talk about God.
See? Listen to your man, yo.
Fuck him. Fuck that nigga.
Yo, Dutch. Talk to him, Dutch.
Nah.
Yo, Dutch, he be spinning me round and round, bro. On the phone.
Nah, don't get caught up in that shit, man. That's what he want. I told him that's to start his own daggone channel. But, he's shy. He's shy. He don't want to start his own shit. But, because there's an audience for the shit that he's talking about. You feel me? And Kevin, what's his name? Kevin, that nigga used to talk all that bullshit. What's his name? Kevin Samuels, yeah. He ain't here no more, man. But that's a space that I think my man will do good in. You know what I mean? But Kevin Samuels, yeah, I can't remember. Because I
gotta be real, man. It's fucked up out here. It's damaged goods. Everybody
damaged goods, bro. You know what it is?
I'm not saying speaking from my own evaluation, it's like America, Earth. It's fucked up, bro. So at the end of the day, you gotta admit that everybody has underlying issues. So it's like if we gonna help each other deal with them, or we gonna deal with them ourselves, just know that they're there. So everything is cause and effect. Remember how you were saying the other day, cause and effect?
Yeah, it's definitely cause and effect. What happened is the solution to the problem is Armel. This is not all the end all be all. I think the solution to the problem is very simple. To all the problems we have, it's magnetic. You know what I mean? This shit right now, the polarity is off.
Yo, Dutch said, I'm a minister now. I'm a minister also. So anyone looking to get married, let me know.
He been a minister for a couple of years now. Boy, that's a whole different subject. But yeah, I think the polarity is off, right? It's too much on the negative side, and we need to step up on the positive as men. As men, we need to step up on the positive. We need to empower ourselves in order to balance the bullshit out. Because the bullshit ain't never going nowhere. It's just so much of it. You know what I mean? So we gotta step up. And even these little white kids around here, you know what I mean? I check them at the store. They buying like 8 million energy drinks. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of caffeine y'all taking in. Y'all know y'all ain't, you know what I mean? It stops the wood from working. Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just say like little dumb shit.
They listen to you. They listen to you.
Or imposing, but that caffeine shit stop your dick from rising.
They listen to you.
I don't know who gives a fuck. That's their choice. But if I see something, I say something. If I give you a jewel, motherfucker, it's up to you what you do with it. But if I don't give the jewel, then I didn't do my duty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I said something, that's enough. Right. I can't be responsible for what they do with the jewel that I dropped.
Right.
I can't be responsible. Once I get my part is done when I give it. You know what I mean?
Right.
After that, it's up to the person to utilize it. I get a motherfucker a hammer. He put it in his pocket and bust somebody over the head with it. That's is that my problem?
Mm.
I gave him the hammer to, you know, get some work. You know what I mean? I give him a can of spray paint. You know what I mean? He could do some furniture or something. Instead, he gonna paint up the train and get locked up. That shit is on him. Every person's responsibility is every person's consequences of what they do is their own. But at the same time, we got to counteract all this negative shit with something positive. See something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to check them in a negative way or insult the person. You just like, yo, that shit ain't right. Like I was telling Skilly last week, you know, you see, you know what I mean? You see these assholes pulling out the motherfucking ARP without the fucking pants doing this dumb shit. You know what I mean? You got like, yo, I'm in an organization, you know, we a family built organization, we deal with boom. Let's go shooting one day. And so, you know, check them. If they come, they come, they don't. What the fuck you lose? We gonna shoot them. Here's my number. They call, they don't. Wow. But what you're giving it, what wealth is, man, what having shit is, this is where there's no difference between being rich and poor. Right? There's literally in a psychological state, in a physical state, there's literally no difference. The real difference being in the options, the shit you able to do.
Right.
So rich people are able to go here. People with wealth are able to go here and go there. And poor people may not be able to go here and there. So what we got to do as men is give everybody that option, more options. If these dumbasses walking around with these ARPs in their fucking pants, give them an option where they can go learn. They may not have a brother, you know, or a friend in the gun club. So give them that option. If you see it, say something. See something, say, hey, yo, you don't got to be insulting or anything like that.
Right.
Me, I'll be less looking for a motherfucker to shoot with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
My mother-in-law here for the weekend, yo. She got I don't know if I remember telling you, I had took her to get a Taurus, the G3.
Why you get her that bullshit, man?
$300, bro.
Yo, this shit is $250.
What?
And you got palmetto right there.
Oh, what the
dagger, man.
Dagger? What's that? That's the compact?
Yeah.
6-15 rounds?
$250.
I didn't even want to go G3C with her because I didn't know if she was gonna be comfortable with a 9. It's her first handgun. I got her 22 rifle.
Alvin got a fucking Taurus. I told him to take that shit back to the store.
I just did it because she was desperate. She just had a couple of dollars, and I was taking her, man.
Man, you could have gave her one of your joints.
If it break, it's like it ain't no big nothing to cry about if something go wrong. Like
yeah, man, that shit is not a break. Nah, this is the thing I have. This is the problem I have with it.
That G3 will work, man.
Like that. And a motherfucker get what you want and what your pockets can afford. But the thing is, right, this is the real difference. Fuck the tactical, fuck the reliability, fuck all that bullshit. It's the shooting experience. You know what I mean?
I've shot my man. We had a range day, and he bought out a bunch of hand shit, right? And he had the Taurus G2. He also had the Glock, the Glock joint. He also had the what was the other compact shit he had? Like 10 shot something. But out of all of them, bro, I picked the Taurus back up because I'm like, yo, what is this? And I'm at his booth, so I'm just picking shit up. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? So to be honest, it felt better than the Glock.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, recoil and all that. I promise you. What was it? The Glock? It might not have been a 43X, but it was a small ass Glock, like 7 shot. And it was the Taurus G2C. And I'm just shooting shit without even looking at what I'm shooting.
A 43?
Huh?
A Glock 43? Them shits.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, with them 3 or 4 joints on the table, after running through all of them, I picked up the Taurus. Again, like, yo, what's this? I had to check and make. I'm like, yo, this the Taurus? And I ran it again. I'm like, yo, this shit feel kind of. I ain't let him know that, but I'm like, yo, this shit. I'm like, oh, all right, like this.
Nah, it came with a lot of good things. But from my experience, you know what I mean, I shot some Tauruses before. There's 2 things wrong with the Taurus, right? One,
the
I don't
trigger's
like
the number one thing.
The recoil of the motherfuckers is like, god damn, it's not a pleasurable shooter for me.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what made me say what I just said, because I shot the Glock, I shot 2 other ones right with it in it, and out of all of them, I felt like the Taurus felt the best. It was the most comfortable, less recoil. The grip.
That Hellcat is shit too, man. I have the same problem. I think the Taurus might be the same as the Hellcat. They might be the fucking same gun or something.
But where I messed up at is that I wound up getting her the G3, so it's the bigger version, right? I can't wait to shoot. I'm curious. If she don't like it, I'll take it.
You know some people who got it. The second thing about the Taurus is, man, that's just some hood shit, bro.
Yeah, if she don't like it, I'll take it.
I don't like hood shit, man.
Why not?
Motherfuckers get flashbacks. Motherfucker.
It ain't necessarily hood shit. It's just affordable shit. You know what I'm saying?
That shit hood shit. Everybody in the hood, yo, niggas sell guns in the hood, right? This is RML shit, right? Motherfuckers try to sell guns in the hood. So the motherfucker if he buying a gun for $250, he got to make at least double that. So this $500.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna buy a $500 gun. He got to double his money up and get a G. So he got to get a Glock, right? And then he got to pay $500 for a Glock. He got to sell that motherfucker in the hood for a G. Ain't that many people who got a G. But you can find somebody with quick 500, right? So them just even flooded the hood. So everybody in the hood end up with a motherfucker with a Taurus, a Sky, and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Now the Sky, I shot the Sky. I would never again. Even the other one, the car, what is the Car 9? All them other small joints. Like I shot a lot of little small compact fitting your crap. But I'm saying I would not have told her to get it if I was not personally impressed by that shit.
Nah, it was good. It's fine. Just imagine she not going to use it. But what I would advise is she not going to use it like that. But what I would advise is take her to the range and she got her gun.
No, she wanted to go today. She left it at the crib. She lived too far.
You might got you a new range partner.
Huh?
You might got you a new Pistolier range partner, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my
take the AR route, man. Take the AR route and let her go.
I gotta get my.
I guarantee you, everybody who I ever let shoot an AR, shot an AR.
I think she might have shot one of my ARs before.
They love that shit, yo.
You know what's her favorite? The Caltech. The sub 2000. She was booming that shit. I'm like, oh, okay, mom. Like,
Yo, not for nothing. I like that shit too, man. That sub 2000 is fun, man.
it's fun.
Yeah, Dutch was looking at one the other day. He sent me that shit. You know, I'm the bad person to ask about that shit, man. I'm the worst person to ask about fucking cheap ass guns.
Yo, Dutch said we should do a conference where he at. Where you at, Dutch? Where Dutch at? Florida or something?
Miami.
That should be dope.
It's mad people down in Miami, but he don't come outside like that. You got my man, motherfucking y'all both met. You know Johnny Snow.
Yeah, Johnny Snow. Johnny Snow in Miami.
Yeah, he down there. And you know Yoki
Nah.
down there.
Johnny Snow's out of Georgia.
Yeah, but he be down there in Miami though. You got.
I think
Yoki
that dope.
down there.
I don't know how Miami grounds is set up as far as ranges and shit like that though.
Nah, they gotta travel for that shit.
Word.
Yeah, was telling me that they
They
travel
got-
like
That Keisha Cocaine down there.
Keisha Cocaine is down there, but I don't think she doing guns anymore.
Yeah.
After she done taste that shit. She done bought that motherfucking Q fix, and this is like, we ain't making no more videos out of this shit. Motherfucking ammo killing her.
She got the Q. What caliber is that?
She got the fix. I think she got the A6, the A6 blackout.
Oh, the new shit.
Yeah, Cass like that motherfucker. The motherfucker ammunition is crazy though.
Yo, for all of y'all with them 5.7 shits, them shits is on sale for like $20-something on Palmetto, 50 pack. Them shits is cheaper than 223s right now. The 5.7 ammo. You got a 5.7, right?
Yeah, I got a bullshit ass one.
Yeah, you better go check that Palmetto site. Is wilding right now with 5.7.
I seen it, man. I'm seeing it. I'm still trying to. Yeah, yo, I'm in separate rooms right now. I was buying me a gun, and somebody spent my fucking money, and I had to go off.
Yeah, likewise. Talking about Dutch. But that is dope, man.
Yeah, Dutch on Palmetto every day. That motherfuckers have a sale like crazy.
Yeah, they got wild stuff. Like, I don't understand because I be dealing with people around here locally, and they be calling me, my man Donnie, all my people out here. Yo, I'm at Watchdog, and I'm here. Yo, they got the 9 for this. I'm like, do y'all not be on Palmetto? Like, that's the cheapest ammo in the world right now. Like, you can't beat that. And they got everything.
This ain't cheap ammo, man, but we making a video. DC Money out there making a video tomorrow. But this shit, man.
Yeah,
this ain't
we gotta
ammo in the world.
I gotta run it.
This ain't the cheapest ammo in the world, bro. But we support black business, bro. And we support people in our community. Jay the Shooter ammo. A nigga heavy over here.
You ran it yet?
The video tomorrow, huh?
You ran it yet? You used it?
Yeah, I use it. But I didn't use it in the right gun.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I use it on subcompact gun. You know what I mean? I use it in a CZ, in a little CZ micro, and that wasn't the best experience. I'm gonna run it in something better, but I just didn't get outside yet. I'm gonna run it in a Steyr in my little fake B&T sub gun.
Mm.
And,
I'm still trying to get my hands on some Black Rambo ammo.
Word.
Nah, I think he's doing a rerun. He's working on his contract with his press. But Jay the Shooter press is at the crib. Everything new brass. It ain't reloaded. I can't hear you, Walt. You broke up a
Jay
minute.
the Shooter, he just got range rounds, right?
He can press up what you want, but I got range rounds because I for something a little serious, I use a little bit more serious ammunition because I rock around with, you know what I mean, those small ass, you know, most of us carry these small ass guns, right? Like, you know, these 365s, these micros or whatever. I don't know. Some cats is real gully and carry a full size gun. But most of the people I know walk around with, you know, these micro guns, these small, these 365s, these Taurus G3s or whatever, something small. And I think, you know, if you walk around with self-defense ammunition and you rock in the hollow points, right? Do a hollow point that functions well out of a short barrel. And from my experience and the research that I've done, I think that the SIG shit is without question.
Now HSTs too.
Yeah. So rock with something that rock out of short barrels good. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
But
I got the topic.
other than that, and that shit expensive. That shit expensive. So I ain't getting 1,000 rounds of that shit.
I got an idea for another live.
What's that?
I saw a couple of videos, right? They saying the Draco is the
I had a conversation with Dutch over Draco.
They said the Draco or a 7.62, anything you could find is the best self-defense truck, home defense, anything. Shit hit the fan, zombie apocalypse. It's the all-around, well-rounded grab and go.
I seen that video.
You might need to do a topic on that because that shit, I always felt like that in my heart. I always was like, yo, word of mouth, if all else fails, I'm taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I think the AK platform as a whole, I'm not sure about. I don't own a Draco. So I couldn't tell you about that particular brand. But an AK platform of its own, that shit got a story to tell. That shit got more bodies. That shit got more bodies than anything. That's the AK platform has more bodies than any weapon in the world, Glock included.
And it goes through brick walls and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you didn't have a choice, like, type shit, you know what I'm saying, and you really, this is what I got. I know the ammo is going to be a little heavier, but all of these 223s, 5.56s and shit flying my way, as soon as I start opening up with this shit here, they're hiding. Firepower, bro. It's like, and it's just shorter. And not only that, it's going to be less maintenance. So let's just say you don't have the capabilities to clean and do this and strip and do that. Like, you can run that shit 10,000 rounds and not get a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's why the world loves it.
I know. I think I might be an underground motherfucking AK dude.
Yeah, I'm an AK dude. I'm getting 2 more.
Nah, but for real though,
then I'm done.
What'd you say?
I said I'm getting 2 more, then I'm done. You already know what 2 I told you I was going to get.
Yeah.
Like, I even went with the American round and with the 308. I'm like, fuck it, I'm putting it on the AK platform. And
AR is easier to shoot, but an AK is more fun.
Yeah,
an AK is more fun to shoot, man. Period.
Mm-hmm.
AK is more fun to shoot. AR is easier to shoot.
I have more fun with my AKs, but it's like science with my AR. It's like, oh my, like, you know, I just got into the adjustable gases, and so now it's like I'm like a fucking scientist with that shit. Like, yo, I gotta get it right. I gotta get.
But you can't front.
Like,
you can't front though. Let me ask you this because you got it too. The Galil is the best AK ever made, bro.
I never shot. I know I'm gonna blow your mind with this. I never shot a PAP though. I shot it. I got this long Zastava, but I never shot it. I never shot a short. I never shot a Z-PAP, right? You know that's on my list. Like, that's coming though. But until I do that, then I'm gonna have to get a. I'm gonna have to.
AKs is AKs, man. I gotta step up my AK. I'm just hurt. I won't fuck with Zastava or Arsenal like that because I don't feel like an AK is worth that premium price that they selling for right now.
Really? Not even your Galils?
A Galil is, but a Galil is something else.
The style is not premium, bro. This shit like a stack. It's like it's $1,200.
How much a fucking
It's
Arsenal?
gonna be more than the Dracos and shit like that because you.
How much is an Arsenal? A Draco is fucking $900, bro.
I just seen the
These AK
Draco.
just lost their mind.
I just saw a Draco on Palmetto for $700 and something.
Yeah, Dutch showed me it was $799 for a micro Draco.
Dutch seen it too then. And my man, that's what I'm saying. My man called me yesterday. He told me he went to the pawn shop and put one on layaway for $899. But what he did say is, yo, you ever heard it's a Yugo, is it the Cougar?
I don't fucking know. I don't follow that shit like that.
The Cougar. Yo, Jova or Dutch. Y'all, what's that? What's the short
The dopest shit that I fucked with this week, man, was a six spear, man.
It's the Cougar. It's like Kugir or some shit like that. And he was like, it's a Russian made
Yo,
it's the Russian made Draco. It's not Century Arms. It's the
the
Cougar.
Russian made Draco is it's an Arsenal then.
He said he caught that shit for $800 yesterday.
Yo,
And I was like, I mean, I heard of the name, but I ain't hear nobody running it up like that.
FB is dope from what I'm hearing. FB, the Polish joints.
Oh,
You
the
know.
Polish joint.
Yeah, that's what Skilly got.
The Hell Pup.
Yeah, it's FB. I can't remember the name of it. The one that Skilly got. That's up there.
Yeah, Jova, is that good money? Is that a good deal for 800?
Arsenal is too much. Arsenal is fucking overrated. That shit just buttery.
Well, shit, Arsenal was Jova said 1,700 on your average.
Yeah, they just buttery.
It was more than that.
Bullshit. It ain't worth $1,700.
$1,700 is more. So, have you shot at Arsenal before?
I've shot Arsenal.
Well, compared to your Arsenal and your Galil, what would you say?
Arsenal is buttered up, man. That shit a buttery ass gun.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
it probably can't
it
beat
was
you.
the
It
Watson.
probably can't. A Galil feel like a fucking tank. A Arsenal feel like a toy.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm gonna slide back in the chat, man.
All right, I'm about to get the hell off. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm
All
on
right, y'all be good, man.
Peace,
Yeah, man.
bro.
Be safe out there, man. Don't get stressed out. Take a couple
No
of days
doubt, no
off.
doubt.
Take a couple of days off, bro.
Yeah.
I'm about to call
After
for
this month is over, man,
work.
I gotta go hard for the rest of the month, man.
It's Christmas. Yeah, you get that.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I got my daughter's graduating from college too, so I got she
Okay.
wants parties and all this shit. So
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, Walt.
Yeah, congratulations.
I appreciate it,
I'm gonna go offline and pull out the guns anyway.
man.
Yeah, like how we can do that, right?
Joe, hit the link. Dutch, hit the link.
Jova, come in. You offline now?
Not yet.
Yo,
I'm gonna drop the link.
so that shit, I'm trying to think. Jova said they make the Wasa. The Galil isn't a true AKM. Yeah, that's a fact.
It is an AK. It's just better.
Jova said drop the link again.
I'll drop the link.
I gotta go make me another drink.
I dropped the link. Dutch, come on in. Hit the link.
Nah, that's what's up though. I was looking at that review and I seen the boy say, and he had all kinds of shit. So when you got all kinds of shit, and you
Here go Joe.
Yo,
Joe.
what's up, guys?
what's up?
Hey.
Joe?
Hey, man, that was a strong topic tonight, man. And I think Armel, we had talked about some of that stuff earlier when you had hit me up about feeling vulnerable. But I hate to break it to you, man. The Galil's not a true AK. It's not a true
Man,
AK.
let me go offline, man. Let me go offline. All right,
Google
everybody. Good night. Dutch, you coming in? Come on, Dutch. Just come in and chop it up with us. Just click the link. Let me know. But anyway, I'm going offline for a minute. I'm gonna go get the Galil.
What's up, Bolt? What's up, Bolt? How you doing, man?
What's up, Joe Bob? What's good, man? How you been?
All right, I've been all right, man. Hey, yo, I was listening to your guys' topic, man, and that was some strong shit. And I had talked to Armel about that, and I talked to some other cats. Like, we don't have barbershops no more.
Right.
You know, where we can go and we can sit and we can talk, and it's a safe space without feeling vulnerable and shit. You know what I mean? But that's just me, man.
I kind of feel like these talks that we have amongst each other is kind of filling that gap right now. Like, it's helping.
Man. Armel said that shit. Armel was like, "This is our barbershop." I was like, "Damn."
It is like we get it.
He ain't wrong. He just Armel.
Once or twice a week, we get a chance to come on here and talk about certain things, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
What am I doing?
Hey, you still live, Armel?
Yeah. What am I doing? I was just coming in the room. I'm sorry.
yeah, I think it's a dope situation. It's a dope thing
You know
to
what I
be able
mean?
to do.
It's like, you know, it's like you said, man. As soon as I sit down and I say, "Hey, you know, my old lady cheating on me and stepping out on me, my kids using drugs," you know, immediately motherfuckers gonna be like, this is what I think. Motherfuckers gonna be like, "Oh man, you ain't a good parent, man. You know, you raise your kids fucked up, you know. If you'd have been home more, you know, they wouldn't be doing that shit." And I was just like, fuck, man. Like, your time or I can give you money. I can't do both. And you know, you guys was talking about seeking medical care and everything else. We got such a stigma in our community.
Right.
You know, but it's getting better, man. As we socialize this shit and normalize it, you know, it's just like the thing about us owning guns. It's getting better.
It's getting there. Like I see the difference, and like I was saying, like the generation of the 25 to 35-year-old now, like the relationships or how people are actually taking care of their kids, they sticking around. You know what I'm saying? That they, you know, it's changing.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a paradigm shift for the positive. You know, because growing up, only cats when I was growing up that had guns, they was in the game.
That's a fact.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo, what Walt he just said about the barbershop.
He said he don't even go to the barbershop no more.
Yeah, but this is what we used to chop it up with at the barbershop.
Yeah, I remember we had that conversation.
You know what I mean? I was riding them boats and shit. I was riding them ships and shit. The barbershop is where we go. All the gambling goes on at the barbershop, Quartermaster Supply. Everything popping on the whole ship is in the fucking barbershop.
Joe Bob just said y'all was talking about that the other day.
Yeah. This is the new barbershop, yo. This is, and a barber might need to go to school for psychology because that motherfucker therapist part-time.
Man, shit, he didn't need to go. He was teaching the class. That motherfucker, hey, man, your barber was a associate professor at any school you wanted to go to, man.
I'm telling you, bro, it was part of the job.
Think about it, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So either you went to the barbershop or you went to the lounge or to the tavern and sat down and listened to the dudes at the bar, listen to the longshoremen and the cabbies talk.
Yeah, we're both all went. Oh, he dropped off for a minute. He probably went to get the Galil. He probably went to get the, but for real, Cass, I don't go to the barbershop, man, because the barbershop costs $50 out here, bro. I ain't got that much here for a $50 haircut, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Armel, they're not barbershops anymore. Because remember, man, we used to go to the barbershop. You get up, you pop in there, and you just sit down there, and you know you didn't got your stuff done, but you still hanging out. You getting those gems and that wisdom, you know, from them old heads.
And we used to own a shop in Harlem, you know. We used to own a shop in Harlem. And I was literally in the barbershop every day. I basically every single day, you know what I mean? In the barbershop every day. It's like the movie. But I'm gonna chop off online. Dutch, you not coming in? Yeah, but anyway, he ain't coming in. I'm gonna close off offline, man. And y'all have a good night and thank y'all for supporting, man. And remember, take some time off, right? Take some time off of work, not to be stressed out. Spend some time with your family. If shit get heated in your family, in your house, give us some time and give us some space. You know what I mean? Especially when we're dealing with these women, because men and women speak two different languages. You know what I mean? So if you notice that the conflict is getting elevated, give it some time. And I'm sure it can work itself out. You know what I mean? Give it a text. Hey, babe, either I'm sorry or are we good? You know, just a simple thing. Are we good? Yes. If it's hell no, give it another 2 hours. Hey, boo, are we good? Yes. Go your ass home. No, fuck you. Get that shit another couple, you know, double that time up. Let it cool off, bro. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters, same thing with the sisters, you know what I mean? Sometimes you may need to leave because you're going to do something that you may or may not regret. You know what I mean? If your sisters out there listening. But yo, give it some time and give it some space and control the fear and control the pride. You know what I mean? It's fear and pride. But yeah, that's it for me, man. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. I'll highlight y'all next week. Or maybe before then when I do my new shit. Take care, everybody. Much love. Peace.